is it? Happy Monday, besties. Oh, back up in this bitch. I am home. Shout out to y'all. I see you. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. This looks weird. This looks weird for some reason. I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is. Back at home. Back from fat camp. Hey, y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. Shout out to y'all that kept me company. Kept me laughing. Still a good time was had by all. But now everybody is back home. Today I had to go to work. I did not go into the office, but it was just too cold, y'all. It was just too cold. I was not ready for all that. I wasn't ready for all that. I mean, I worked, but I just wasn't ready to go outside in the cold, deal with the traffic, go into the office to get on a Zoom call that I could have did at home. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But that's how they do the shit, right? All right, tomorrow I'll be in there because I got shit to do in the city anyway, so it works out. What's going on with y'all? Thank you so much for being here again. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. Let me turn the comments on up here. I don't even know if that matters at all, but I'll do it anyway. So, yeah, Anton said. Shout out to Anton said. Which reminds me, I haven't heard from Rev. What's up with that? Let me check my email real quick. I know there was one thing or another, but yeah, maybe there's no song coming. I haven't heard from him. It's been a week, right? Oh, see, now you go and do one thing and something else messes the F up. Hold on a second. That ain't one thing and something else. If it ain't StreamYard, it's the second monitor. I tell you. My patience is being tested. Anyway, a little later, I'm messing around with the times, y'all, because I need to catch up on my rest. That's what I've learned this week is that I don't get enough sleep, don't get enough rest. So I was taught about a power nap, and I just woke up from one. Now, mind you, I was told all you got to really do is take a 20-minute power nap, and you'll be good. I mean, I'd rather take the whole damn hour or two, but 20 minutes will do you, allegedly. Is it? Well, yeah, because the thing messed up. My screen messed up, but it should be fine now. They told me, I was like, oh, all you got to do is take a 20-minute power nap. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Okay. Well, I just did it. I mean, I feel refreshed, but I feel like I could have took an hour and a half to let you know how it goes tomorrow. So that's what I should be doing. So we'll see. Anyway, is it still? I don't think it's snowing anywhere, but it's still freezing. Why come back here to like 10-degree weather when I just left a good solid 77, sometimes 80? Now I'm back here with ice outside. Not ice, the federal official people. They might be out here, but ice, as in literal ice. Where's my drink now that I said that? Oh, this is not going well. This is not going well at all. Anyway, we're going to do what it do. We got to just go catching up. I got to just go catching up because it's been a week. There's a lot of shit going on. John Lemon, of course, was arrested. Shakari Richardson, what's her name? Shakari Richardson, arrested. Anton hasn't been arrested yet, but I'm assuming somebody is waiting and wishing for that. So we're waiting to see if Anton gets arrested, I guess. Who else? Anybody else need to be arrested? I tell you, some of these damn officials need to be arrested. I'm just saying, I don't understand how these people continue to do this shit over and over again, but everybody outside tearing up their towns talking about ICE needs to not be here. Like, what are we talking about? Shout out to all of y'all. This is Oklahoma. Anybody from Oklahoma? State lawmaker resigns after pleading guilty to felony charges. Oh, no.
A high-profile state lawmaker resigns after pleading guilty to 3 felony charges. She misspent campaign funds and forged checks and bank.
Oh no, I wonder what she used the money for. Is this just like deja vu? Is this just the same thing over and over and over and over again? Nothing ever changes. I don't hear nobody talking about this. I just happened upon this story.
Spent campaign funds and forged checks and bank documents when she was supposed to pay the money back.
News 4 confronted Democratic Representative A.J. Pittman today.
I'm sorry, I've been trying to reach out for months, Ms. Pittman.
You can talk to her next week.
The constituents, they have many questions. You spent the money, Ms. Pittman.
She ran from our cameras. Her mom, another former lawmaker behind the wheel, drove away without offering any explanation. And tonight we are digging deeper into those criminal charges. Here is News 4's Spencer Hunt.
I think I got a clue as to what she spent the money on, Chat.
Offering any explanation. And tonight we are digging deeper into those criminal.
I'm pretty sure I got a clue as to what she spent the money on. Anybody want to take any digs at it, Bueller?
Charges. Here is News 4's Spencer Humphrey.
The criminal case against State Representative A.J. Pittman all dates back to 2022 when the Oklahoma Ethics Commission investigated her for improper use of campaign funds. In 2024, she admitted she misspent nearly $18,000 from her campaign fund as part of a settlement agreement with the Ethics Commission. In that agreement, she promised to pay that nearly $18,000 back to her campaign and also pay a separate fine of more than $17,000. The agreement required she pay that with her own money, not...
Well, who else's money would she pay it back with? What's this sounding like? What is it sounding like? Testing, testing, testing. Do I need to bring it closer? Is that better? Who else's money would she pay it with? Is that better? All right. Good. Okay. So I got to keep it closer to my mouth. Got to keep it closer to my mouth. Yeah. Anyway.
Not her campaigns. Fast forward to last June, the Ethics Commission required she make her first repayment of $12,000 and provide proof the money came from her personal account. That's where court documents say she messed up, alleging Pittman had her legislative assistant help doctor a check and bank documents to make it look like she'd withdrawn the money from her personal account. Last fall, investigators...
She's still lying. Hold on. Bag it on up. Now listen, don't complain about it being loud because you already know I'm loud, which is why I put it all the way over here because I already know I'm loud. But I'm goodbye, T-Brew. Goodbye, sir. Anyway, she's supposed to pay it back with her own money. Is she FBA? We need to know these things, okay?
Required she pay that with her own money, not her campaign's. Fast forward to last June, the Ethics Commission required she make her first repayment of $12,000 and provide proof the money came from her personal account. That's where court documents say she messed up, alleging Pittman had her legislative assistant help doctor a check and bank documents to make it look like she'd withdrawn the money from her personal account.
So is she still in her job? Oh no, she just resigned now. Because so they knew this and they allowed her to stay in there. This is the shit that people should be protesting or whatever the hell it is they think they doing and wilding out about shit like this. No, y'all want to sit up here and wild out about effing illegal immigrants whilst the rest of the government, this is the real distraction, steals all the fucking money from us and y'all concentrating on the wrong shit. They let her stay in there after finding this out, and then she's still scamming. I thought everybody had everything together, and all these women made all this money. You know, all this feminism. And we're equal to men. We make the same as men. We got everything. We can do it all. Scamming?
Last fall, investigators with the Attorney General's office served search warrants on Pittman and that assistant's homes. Their court documents say they found a computer with an instant message exchange between Pittman and that
Goodbye. Y'all couldn't even get in a room and talk about it together. They over here using Goodbye.
assistant, Trina Bias, from the...
Goodbye. Are we going to get through this? This might be the whole fucking show. I know. What? Hold on. You need a mic? Black women are not the face of scamming in government. They are not. Don't you believe it? What is going on? Is this her mom? What is it? This is Oklahoma. Are there black people in Oklahoma? Is this AI? Is this not a real story? Somebody is lying. There is no way that's stars would ever do this to their community. We're moving on up. Shout out to the Jeffersons. We be moving on up. And we don't do this. Not I gave y'all a break while I was gone. I'm back. What the fuck are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? I thought everybody made all this money. Remember, Sassy Streets. Y'all ain't shit. You ain't got shit. You ain't never going to be shit. And you need a woman for everything that you have, for anything that you want. They helping y'all out. You get everything from them. Don't y'all remember? Don't y'all remember? All right. All right, sis, what's going on? What is going on?
Investigators with the Attorney General's office served search warrants on Pittman and that assistant's homes. Their court documents say they found a computer with an instant message exchange between Pittman and that assistant, Trina Bias, from the day her repayment was due. Pittman asks Bias for urgent help, telling her she needed a $2,500 check dated January of that year and needed it to match a specific account. Pittman also telling Bias how to doctor a bank statement by blacking out certain parts of it. Bias then asks, will this work? Pittman responds, absolutely. Bias allegedly then sends Pittman the image, and Pittman replies, sent. Investigators say Bias later admitted in an interview she doctored the check because Pittman asked her to.
Oh, no accountability. So let my boss come to me tomorrow and be like, girl, first of all, he better not call me that, but just say he does. He'd be like, girl, I need you to go ahead and doctor up a check from ChatGPT and pretend that you paid it to me so I can send it to my wife so she thinks that it didn't come from my girlfriend. And I'd be like, sure. Nobody is innocent around here, okay? This is the shit that people should be protesting and paying attention to. No, y'all, not y'all, you know what I'm saying. Y'all fucking distracted with some bullshit that you need to not be bothered with. Americans be missing shit all damn time. Just missing shit all damn time. Paying attention to the wrong shit. They over here got caught still scamming. They still let her stay. She going out here to get this other black woman. That's how much they love each other. Girl, let me bring you into my shit. That's how stupid they can be. Girl, I'll go ahead and do it. And then y'all out here talking about you black, we black, they black. We supposed to support black. Y'all support this, Bueller? Do y'all support this, Bueller? Is this acceptable? If it ain't one damn thing, it's something else crazy. Damn day. And again, I just happened upon this damn story. Y'all didn't even send it to me. I'm disappointed in y'all. Y'all got to do better. Shout out to the Tip Network in the building. Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate you. Where's my sounds? I gotta get my sounds together. What's that damn thing called? I don't even remember what it was called. I'm getting it together. Thank you so much, former masterminders, mastermind gang. He says, Miss Michon, you have some real ones in your chat. I appreciate you and your crew. Shout out to Reaper. Shout out to Reaper and you. Yesterday, they was on fire. Yesterday, they definitely was on fire. Shout out to the chat as always. Best chat on YouTube. They are half damn crazy most of the damn time. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, Tip Network. Again, y'all make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Let's finish up with this star who looked like she could be related to Shane Tao.
Both Pittman and Bias now face 3 felony charges for conspiracy, forgery, and violation of the Oklahoma Computer Crimes Act. Pittman sent House Speaker Kyle Hilbert her resignation letter shortly after pleading guilty to those charges Wednesday morning. In a statement, Hilbert said in part, this conduct is unacceptable and falls well below the standard expected of anyone serving in the Oklahoma House of Representatives. News 4.
Does anyone think we'll hear anything about some racism sometime soon?
Reached out to Pittman's attorneys and also tried catching up with her at her house Wednesday. But neither wanted to speak. In exchange for pleading guilty, Attorney General Gentner Drummond says Pittman will get a 7-year deferred sentence. In a statement Wednesday, Drummond said, in part, public officials hold a sacred trust with the people they serve. When that trust is violated for personal gain, it strikes at the very heart of our institutions. In Oklahoma City, Spencer Humphrey, Oklahoma's News 4.
Now, wait.
House Democratic leader Cindy Munson issued her own statement, quote, when the severe...
You trying to tell me that this is a Democrat too? Another Democrat? Now I'm going to go and see if I see. But there's a president who's a 34 count felon.
Allegations against Representative A.J. Pittman came out in October. The Oklahoma House Democratic Caucus temporarily suspended Representative Pittman from House Democratic Caucus membership and activities pending the results of the investigation. Munson adds the Oklahoma House Democratic Caucus remains committed to accountability and transparency for all elected officials.
Yeah, right. While you're deferring her sentence, child, please. Somebody said she attended the Leering Center. Why is she receiving a 7-year deferred sentence? Lawmakers should be held accountable to the maximum capacity. I agree. Seems like the daughter learned a lot from the mom. 3 felonies and walks away. Well, at least us plebes are getting equal justice finally. Anyone else had enough? I've had enough. 3 felony convictions, but no time in prison. Well, again, don't forget that the president is a 34-count felon. I'm surprised that that's not in here. So they talking about the 7 years deferred, 7 years deferred. All right, so I was wrong. I can't believe it. They didn't put it in here. If this makes it to the blogs, I promise you, they'll say it. Anyway. So yeah, that's what's going on in Oklahoma. Congratulations. Moving on. Yeah, there's a lot going on with regard to food. Okay, we're about to look at some food stamps, but first, KTLA, so Los Damn Angeles and California, food delivery robots are under attack from vandals. I can't believe it. Why are we attacking the robots? This is what y'all wanted. Somebody was just recently talking about at the retreat how we're living like the Jetsons were. Shout out to those that know about the Jetsons. How's that song go? Me, George Jefferson. No, not Jefferson. Me, George Jetson. Jane, his wife. Daughter, Judy. I forget the kid's name. Is it Elroy? Something. Anyway. So they got dogs delivering shit in Los Angeles, of course. And people mad. And now they beating up the robots. What the fuck?
Now at 5:30, Hollywood's food delivery robots are under attack. Videos show vandals kicking them and even tipping them over. Good evening, this is the KTLA 5 News at 5:30. I'm Pedro Rivera.
And down Mary Beth McDade in for sure.
Hey, Pedro. Hey, Pedro. Your face is big.
Calvin on this Monday evening. Yes, those self-driving robots, well, they're supposed to deliver food and other items, but they've recently become targets for thieves and vandals.
KTLA 5's Rachel Menitoff joins us live in Hollywood with more on how these delivery disruptions are really
can't even be a damn robot in 2026.
impacting businesses who use them. Rachel.
Pedro, MB, you've probably seen the robots scooting along the sidewalks here in Hollywood and elsewhere around the city. They're becoming more and more popular for food delivery post-COVID. The problem is some people seem to be taking advantage of the new technology.
Viral TikTok videos appear to show people tampering with these autonomous delivery drivers. In this case, stealing the contents inside, tossing them over, and even kicking the robot en route to deliver food. Vandals targeting the new tech, which businesses like Blue Jam in Hollywood rely on.
I think it was a great idea for COVID. Everything was just like hands-free. You don't have to deal with anybody. Just if something shows up at your door and you just grab your stuff and go.
Steve Avila is the general manager here. He says ultimately it becomes a burden on the business.
We just have to remake the food. Luckily, we still get reimbursed for that, so we're not seeing too much out of pocket, but I can see how Postmates and DoorDash and Uber can be hurting from it. Yeah, especially because they also seem like they're expensive, so breaking one of those things, pretty penny.
Service Robotics, which operates many of the robots that you see in and around West Hollywood, is aware of these incidents caught on camera. It says oftentimes its technology, which is clearly visible, can be a target. Nevertheless, it still maintains a 99% completion rate. For users of this newer delivery service, seeing the damage done is disturbing.
They're helping small businesses and they're not causing any harm, and I think people are just looking for attention.
The way I look at it is, so the robots actually are helping the smaller communities, shops, mom and pop shops get to your house. And so it's really sad to see that people still try to vandalize them.
The robots do remain locked and have their own cameras rolling. One company, Starship Technologies, which developed one version of this robot, says if a situation ever escalates, the robot sounds a loud siren, and all incidents are ultimately reported. Here at Hoika Hollywood, its staff have a simple request.
Just be mindful. I think that's that's what we need right now in the world.
Of the customer and the business.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And Starship Technologies tells me in some of these cases, people are actually coming to the defense of the robot and trying to intervene in these situations. It says that if you try to block the robot, it will either maneuver around you or it will politely ask you to move. So kind of cool. I also reached out to the LAPD to see if it's aware of these incidents, and I'll let you know once I hear back. We're live in Hollywood tonight. I'm Rachel Menata.
Child,
this is amazing.
I'm looking at the headlines. Is this an old ass story? Child, this is an old ass story. Sorry, y'all. Because I'm looking at these damn headlines at the bottom and I'm like, what the fuck? But they still out here. They're still out here. Trust me when I tell you. My apologies. My fave says, thank you, boo. Who thought this ish was a good idea? Well, it's California. Everything's a good idea out there. Anything goes when it comes to hoes in California. Thank you, boo. Shout out to Romello. I appreciate you, hon. He said, Johnny 5, well, E are targets. No justice, no... Somebody was talking about the Terminator a second ago. I've never seen that movie. Isn't that Arnold Schwarzenegger? I've never seen that movie. It's just not my type of time. But let's go to New York and talk about it a little bit. All right. So shout out to the New York Post. Instacart's new New York City feed teaches the meddling left a much needed economics lesson. Now, this is from yesterday, 5:36 p.m. Okay. So when New York City's new minimum wage, so there's a new minimum wage thing going on in New York. I didn't know about it. Is live from New York here? Maybe he knew. For grocery delivery workers kicked in last week, they immediately hit us at the checkout. Everybody want everything for free, right? The evidence pops up as soon as you open your Instacart app. Shout out to my Instacart delivered this today. There was no, what is this called? A regulatory response fee on it. Click to pay for your grocery order, and there it is, a fresh $5.99 line item labeled regulatory response fee. Just below the tip box isn't blank like it used to be. The app now preloads a 10% tip on your order. So not only do you get the $5.99, you're getting 10%. Like if you go in a restaurant and there's 6 people or more and they say we automatically add gratuity, they said, child, if you order something, we automatically add gratuity and you're getting this fee, which don't include the Instacart fee. So listen, Instacart, right? Instacart already got their own fee. Now they got to pay a regulatory fee. Then they're going to tell you how much you're going to tip. Period. So y'all want minimum wage to be $500 an hour. Okay, y'all going to pay for it. So it says, It's how Instacart is spelling out exactly what the city council just did with a new law settling a $21.44 hourly wage for app-based grocery delivery workers who, as independent contractors, previously worked mainly for tips and earned as little as $5.39 an hour in wages. So let me just stop right there. So as a former independent contractor, because I used to do DoorDash, you determine how much you make. If you're making $5.39 an hour, that's because your ass ain't working. So it's the same story yet again. How are you going to sit up here and waste your time, your energy, and effort, however they do it in New York, because I think they do it differently, because I think they ride bikes as opposed to driving, because driving doesn't make any sense. So you're wasting your time in essence. So if you were more strategic with this shit, then you would be making more than $5 an hour. But whine and complain because you'd actually have to do some work. So now they've given you a solution. So now here are y'all's results that actually use that service. Y'all gonna have to pay for it. Because I don't know why people don't realize that those payments got to come from somewhere. Somebody got to pay for it. Congratulations, New York, right? That might sound like good news for 80,000 deliveristas who help keep Gotham fed. So I didn't realize they called New York City Gotham City. But delivery companies warned for months that if City Hall made them pay workers more, they'd have to make us pay more. Common damn sense. Is anyone paying attention, Bueller? Is anyone paying attention? Because it don't seem like it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. They'd be sitting in traffic forever, and that definitely wouldn't be worth it. A higher minimum wage floor would mean higher prices and more fees, they said, reducing orders and accelerating automation. So y'all about to lose your independent contractor gig job. So as an independent contractor, you get no benefits. All you get is money. They don't take any taxes, and then it's your responsibility to get that done when it's time for taxes. That's what that means. Everybody think that everybody owes them something, and they just think that people are pulling money out of their ass. They pull some money out of y'all's asses in New York, and this is what you're going to get. So anybody that's got any sense will stop using the service. But Instacart is a $99 a year fee. So I'm not going to go pay for it and then not use it, and then you start charging me more fees. Good luck to New York, though. Good luck to New York. A higher minimum wage would mean higher prices. Okay, Instacart isn't the first company to respond to a city council wage initiative with a Gotham-only surcharge. DoorDash and Uber Eats have quietly done the same, tied to a 2023 pay law for restaurant delivery workers. So notice this happened in 2023, because you know all this is Trump's fault, even though this started in 2023. Just want to make sure I point it out, because y'all already know whose fault it is. Just FYI. Worse yet, the rising wage floor is now on autopilot. Under the law, it will start ratcheting up every January based on a 3-year average of Northeast inflation, and it's already set to jump from $21.44 to $22.13 on April 1st. That means the regulatory fee for consumers is just at its starting point. And while you can legislate a higher wage, you can't legislate away the cost. It just finds a new home, often in the customer's wallet. I don't know when y'all gonna learn, but y'all gonna learn at some point. While you keep saying the cost of living, the cost of living, the cost of living, especially when we know that people are using it so much. I'm definitely using Instacart, for sure, for sure. It's not even an issue. But you don't have to use it. You don't have to use Uber Eats and any of the other delivery services, right? So in New York, they said somebody got to pay. So y'all gonna pay, because those people should get a real job. No shade against independent contracting. I've done it. I told y'all I've done it. But I was also working a full-time fucking job and doing that shit on the side during the pandemic. And here's the other thing, child. Just a thought. Additional household income. Nobody wants to be coupled until they want to be coupled, right? Nobody wants to get married until, oh my God, I need to get married, right? Everybody's strong and independent until they not. Then all of a sudden, it's somebody else's fault. Everybody on this generation, marriage, nobody wants to get married. Nobody wants to get married. Nobody wants to get married. Now everybody want to fuck and everybody want to have some damn kids. Nobody want to get married. It's hard being a single mom. You think? So now, just like in California, when they said we're going to push the minimum wage, that gets passed on to the consumer. And that's why you got cheeseburgers that cost $17 damn. And everybody like, what happened? You dumbasses happened. Everybody want all this damn money and they so fucking independent. And then you pushing the lawmakers to do this shit. And then y'all mad when you can't afford it still. Where do y'all think this shit, who do you think it gets passed on to, Bueller? I just be so confused why y'all ain't learned no lessons. Just not y'all, you know what I'm saying. Why y'all ain't learned no lessons yet. Y'all not paying attention at all. You just think you're getting this money out of your ass from nowhere? It just comes out of the fucking sky? What are we doing? Child, Americans be so dumb. Dummies. Stupid with a capital STUPID. If it don't apply, let it fly. But if it's you, I'm gonna need you to think for a second. You fucking yourselves at the end of the day. That's all you're doing. Because I tell you, I won't pay for it. I guess I have to take my punk ass to the damn grocery store. Keep that shit in New York. We don't want it down here. Make no mistake, the money is coming out of New Yorkers' pockets one way or another. Now imagine how your costs will rise if Albany jacks up wages even higher. Last week, Senator Julia Salazar, a Democrat, kicked off her campaign for $30 an hour statewide minimum wage. They're helping us. They care for us. They love us. $30 an hour to deliver fucking Uber Eats, allegedly. Indexed to the cost of living as part of a living wage for all package. All this living wage for all. A 2-person income would take care of that. It'd definitely be a great help. But everybody's strong and independent until they're not. Then they find out. Then you want to blame Trump. No, blame your punk ass. Blame the man in the mirror. Blame the man in the mirror. Or woman. Y'all just fucking shit up all over the place. And child, we just gonna sit here and watch. Shout out to Trent when he says, just get your foldy chair and watch. We are in the phase of the foldy chair watching, y'all. We are in the phase of the folding chair and watching, y'all. Because this is stupid. This is so stupid. It's an understandable sentiment. Who can live in New York on today's minimum wage? Salazar's plan would effectively double the current base, now $17 in New York and $16 upstate. She's not wrong that affordability is a problem, but the $6 fee staring me in the face on my latest grocery order teaches a more nuanced lesson about the solutions. So what if prices go up a bit? Proponents of $30 by 2030 essentially argue at least workers won't live in poverty, and that benefits us all. So y'all think that they still not living in poverty? Bueller. So do y'all think that they still not living in poverty, especially in New York with all them rats, all them cats? Okay. Yes, we want workers to earn more, but in practice, top-down wage edicts often have negative effects for the broader economy. From painful consumer prices to job losses for minimum wage workers themselves. There are better ways to get workers a living wage and to make life more affordable in New York, delivery drivers included. Start with a larger, more frequent earned income tax credit. Oh, yeah.
This is amazing.
Give them more free money. Perhaps one that's paid out monthly rather than yearly in one sum. So remember I talked about that earned income credit, which I'm sure y'all are aware of. That every year right now, everybody rushing to get their taxes done because they know they're going to get a bunch of money. Then they're going to go buy cars that won't be working this time next year. They're going to go on vacation, come back and not have paid the rent. They're going to come back to eviction notices and then say, it's y'all's fault. It's Donald Trump's fault. It's that baby daddy's fault. Anybody but theirs. Ain't paid no taxes into the damn system, but then get all this money back. Okay. Just because they had kids. Start with a larger, more frequent earned income tax credit, perhaps one that's paid out monthly. Combine it with payroll tax relief for low-wage workers and will boost paychecks without pricing people out of jobs. Pair those measures with the real affordability fix, build more housing, and cut the red tape like counterproductive rent controls that keeps rents sky high. Boost apprenticeships and reform licensing so workers can move into higher paying trades faster, and smooth out the benefit cliffs. Sharp income cutouts that abruptly end assistance programs like fair fares, and child care subsidies. I know they're not talking about this after y'all just nominated Ma'am Danby. If they think the shit has gone up with this shit, wait till Ma'am Danby gets his shit going. If he gets it going, what they think is about to happen to those that actually work, to those who actually contribute to the economy, to those who actually pay taxes. I don't know what's wrong with people and what this is just simple economics. I'm so confused. I'm just so confused. That's how you help workers keep more money without turning every bodega, diner, and daycare into the next regulatory response fee. Child, don't they have something where when it's high traffic, there's a fee for that too? Something like that in New York. Hochul did that. Hochul did that. The governor. Anyway, I don't care. You'll get none of my money, New York. Good luck to y'all, but not really. Moving on. It's half damn ridiculous. Speaking of, here's Ma'am Danby now. Ma'am Danby plays blame game over the city's budget crisis. Oh no, y'all got a budget crisis and you're trying to increase workers' wages?
Well, Mayor Zoran Mamdani is appointing a former inmate to run New York City's prisons. Stanley Richards, who served time for robbery in the late 80s.
Wait a damn minute. Lord.
Take me to the king. Truth is
this real? Is this real? So he hired the white woman that has some discriminatory to say about owning houses, and she's in charge of housing. He hired Tia, the pro-black, to help out with police, and she a defund the police girl. And now he has an...
Well, Mayor Zohran Mamdani is appointing a former inmate to run New York City's prisons. Stanley Richards, who served time for robbery in the late 80s, will be the new Department of Corrections commissioner. And judging by Mamdani's introductory speech, it appears he'll be more focused on releasing prisoners than keeping dangerous criminals behind bars.
I will turn to Stanley as we work to build a city where justice is at the heart of our corrections system, where every Department of Corrections employee and incarcerated New Yorker is safe, and where every New Yorker re-enters society seamlessly from corrections.
And Richards outlined his vision for transforming the city's prison system. Listen.
Under Mayor Mamdani's leadership, we will chart a path of hope, healing, and transformation. His administration...
Hope, healing...
made clear that the future of Rikers is not endless confinement, scapegoating, or demonizing.
And if you want a sneak peek of Stanley's plan, look no further than the organization he ran, the Fortune Society. In the last 2 years, it has pushed a number of progressive prison policies, including abolishing mandatory minimum sentences and establishing a higher minimum wage for incarcerated individuals. Okay, so Todd, you live here. Are these policies going to help the city right now?
I think you know the answer to that, Anita Vogel. Look, one of the things that individual mentioned, Stanley Roberts mentioned, endless confinement. He wants to put an end to endless confinement. But let's be abundantly clear. Endless confinement should be a convict's future if they did something to warrant that. They should not be released into the public just because releasing makes the left feel good, because that individual, in all likelihood, has not been rehabilitated. And when it comes to the goal of rehabilitation, look, I think that's a laudable goal. I like the idea of somebody like Mr. Roberts in the prison system to help rehabilitate individuals. But I don't want him running the Department of Corrections, because the number one goal of the Department of Corrections needs to be deterrence. And I want somebody in there, whether it's a man or a woman, to whom potential criminals look and say, I don't want to be in that guy's system, because that guy or gal is a hard you-know-what.
Yeah, I think, part of the criticism...
If this goes through, I mean, I guess the man is in charge. And then we find out, allegedly, in 2 to 3 years that he done wiped out the what do they call it? The coffers. We'll be sitting here again in the foldy chairs. Sitting up here saying, child, y'all remember that time when we did that story? And yeah, I'm not saying that he's going to revert back. But like that man just said, why can't he be on the committee to help an assistant get paid, but not be in charge of the shit? So now they're just going to let people get out because they don't want no mandatory minimum sentences. And they think that that's going to help crime. Shout out to RBN. I appreciate you, honey. He said, what the F am I going to med school for? All I got to do is wait on what, daddy, to raise wages to mid-6 figures. All you got to do is go to New York. Whatever your problem is, ma'am, Danby will resolve it and solve it and take all of the wrong people and put them in the wrong positions over and over and over again. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. Romella, I appreciate you. Said Escape from New York was an 80s movie. Just saying. I heard of it. I've never seen that one either. You couldn't write a better damn movie.
Here, it isn't so much about giving somebody another chance after they do the time, come out of jail, come out of prison. It's that they're putting this individual in this job, like Todd said, as the head of the prisons. Joey, what do you think about that?
On paper, I'm not totally against it at all. Maybe it's the most progressive thing about me. I think recidivism is a huge problem in this country. When you go into prison for a non-violent crime, that's important. You still come out a felon. You still lose your right to own a firearm. In a lot of states, your right to vote. The opportunity to get employment and find housing is very difficult. If you're renting an apartment, you basically do a character. You have to present a character reference, and maybe that's hard as a felon. So I think just this umbrella of being a felon while in prison and afterwards is a problem this country should attack. This is the land of second chances and opportunities. I come from a blue-collar world, which means I also come from a world of people who have gotten themselves in trouble at an early age. And I've seen them go and work hard with their hands and build a family, mostly men. And their sons are coming of age and they can go hunt, but they can't live with their parents because their dad can't own a gun. So there are some things there that I think deserve attention, to include while they're in prison. I don't know that this is the guy to do that here in New York City. I think some places have worse problems than others. And in New York City,
racist.
When you've got district attorneys that want to put a bodega worker into prison for defending himself and put other people out on the street with no cash bail, maybe it's
Remember the bodega worker that they put in jail after the girl couldn't afford the 25 cents. She sent her boyfriend in there. Now he on up out of here, and they wanted to have that man arrested. That's who he's talking about.
Not the reform you're looking for.
Yeah, Riley, to Joey's point, I mean, I think the whole idea that we put people in prison, they do their time and they come out and they ought to have a fair chance. I think a lot of people agree with that. But again, it's this position in this city that I think is under the microscope.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have a hot take here by saying that I didn't necessarily hate the idea of someone who has firsthand knowledge being in this position. I believe it's important, just as Joey said, of having someone who has, if we're going to talk about an inmate filling this position.
Oh, this woman funny looking, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm moving on because this story is more important than that one. This is from BCP, and it says Zoran voters pull up to his mansion after realizing they've been tricked as bodies pile up in New York City. What is going on, child? Come on, let's hear it.
Long before Zohran Mamdani ran for mayor and repeatedly during the election, I warned everyone, do not vote for him. I said it multiple times, and yet again, I was right. If the Epstein files weren't bad enough, with his mother, Mira Nair, now reference an unsealed 2009 document about an after party at Ghislaine Maxwell's townhouse. But this isn't grassroots. He's classic NGO funded.
He's in the Epstein files. Oh no! Mom Domby is in the Epstein files, y'all. Lord help your people. Chris, thank you so much. He said, did you see the Dems in Virginia are wanting to lower sentences for red rummers, PDF files, thieves, etc.? I believe it. I believe it, child. I'm working hard on getting my home outside of these United States because, child, this is going to be a mess.effing.com, child. Woo!
PSYOP candidate material, which is exactly why we saw him posing with Alex Soros in that viral penthouse picture right after his win. Elite networks, big money backing, scripted optics. Do not trust these manufactured progressives. I told you so, and history keeps proving it.
Wait. So we got to talk about some bad news for Zoran the Moron, who is the new socialist mayor of New York City. Let's just say that he is not getting the start that he thought that he would get because he already has some of his supporters or former supporters pulling up to his house protesting over the fact that he has not fulfilled his campaign promises, right? These voters feel betrayed by what he's done so far. And also the bombshell revelation that his mom was connected to Epstein, right? Apparently she was in the files, which, has pissed off some of his supporters. They're surprised and disappointed that Zoran seems to be yet again another one of these elites, or he's from a family of elites who are connected to Epstein, because Epstein was supposed to be about Trump. And with the newest release of the Epstein files, people are figuring out that, a lot of people were connected to Epstein. Take a look.
That's right. We know about the mom. Now listen, we was with you, Zoran. We voted for you, Zoran. We advocated for you, Zoran. We advocated for you. You ain't getting up and get in there and lie to us. You lied, Zoran.
Shame!
Why was the NYPD commissioner on the cover of New York Magazine with Zoran? That didn't have to happen. And if anybody's like, what's wrong with her? Look up NYPD Commissioner Billionaire, NYPD Commissioner Palestine, NYPD Commissioner CCRB. That reading should clue you in. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. If he came out and said, guys, we got to keep this NYPD commissioner on so that we can do X, Y, and Z. Okay. I mean, not my favorite, but okay. We don't need to lie, though. We don't need to lie. She's not the face of reform in the NYPD. Why is she on that cover? Why does it say that this is his inner circle and the NYPD commissioner is there? Who decided that was a good idea? It feels like there's a way to keep her on, if need be, and not do this.
I did not see this coming. The new Epstein drop reveals that New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani's mom not just attended one of Ghislaine Maxwell's parties, but she had one thrown in her honor. Mamdani's mom, Mira...
Ooh, Mamdani's mommy had a party thrown by Epstein, allegedly. Ghislaine, anyway. Woo! Yeah, I didn't know. We catching up. I did not know.
Nair is a filmmaker, and this was an after party at Ghislaine Maxwell's house to celebrate her movie Amelia. We know this from a 2009 email that was sent from publicist Peggy Siegel directly to Jeffrey Epstein. And this party was in 2009, months after Jeffrey Epstein pled guilty and was convicted for procuring a minor for prostitution and soliciting prostitution. So it's not like he was known in New York as just some successful businessman at this point. In the email, it revealed that Bill Clinton was at this party and Jeff Bezos before his glow up.
When is a normal person coming from a non-political family, a non-powerful family, going to hold a high political office in this country. It seems like every time a person is put in a position of power, they always have some sort of familial connection to other sources of power. It makes me...
Oh, but y'all down there in Minnesota allowing Ilion, Jakey, Timmy, and that AG let y'all be out there wilding while they in the background still doing whatever the hell they want. I'm sure they're on the up and up, y'all. Excuse me, I'm sure we've been wrong all this time. I'm sure they on the up and up. Yeah, Epstein was already convicted previously. So anybody who even hung out with him afterwards already knew what it was. What the hell would you need to hang out with that man for? For what? This is the same thing like when I said, excuse me, I need to go find my water. Everybody that's in the community, there's typically sometimes a person who might be a low mester, and they still invite that person to the cookout, like the literal cookout and the family gatherings and shit. And I say, if that person shows up, we got to go, because not with my children, okay? I don't care that it's all adults and everybody's there. I don't care. We're not even going to put us in proximity to that shit. We got to go. So y'all, as adults, knew who the hell this person was, and y'all still chose to be around them. So anything that's coming out for all of them, I said all of them. That includes y'all's president. That includes anybody the fuck else. I don't care what they done. I don't care who they are. I don't care about none of that. Because why in the hell would you even be hanging out with that person? At all. At all. Whatever.
I feel like our entire society is already predetermined who will be the power players, who will have the wealth. And us as the public are just audience members that they call on stage from time to time to sprinkle in as extras in their play. So it's very interesting. But when will a normal person be selected to hold a position of power in our system?
Tiffany Henyard was a normal person who got a position. It's just shout out to Big Tiff. I believe she's in the ATL
society.
If you would have told me Zora Mondani's mom was in the Epstein files, I would not have believed you. If you told me Putin, Jay-Z, all the other ones, like Bill Gates, yes, I would have said, yeah, they're in that. Like, look at them, they would be. Mondani's mom, Mondani's dad, I wanted to go there so bad. There's also the Rothschild family. Are we surprised? Well, where else would they be? Where else would they be? And also tell Bill Gates to stop replying to, like, can we get him a PR team? He needs to stop replying to all the things that are coming out of the Epstein files. Like, bro, you were going to get aired out. We knew you were in there. Like, stop trying to, like, fight it. It's, like, embarrassing. It's not cute. Back to Mondani's mom. Zora, Mondani's dad. What are we going to do about that? Also, there's a Somali girl in there. Really disappointed. Her name's, like, Kaz Abdi, whatever. I don't know. Really, really shocked right now.
She said there was a Somali girl in there. Girl, is everybody up in that bitch? Child, who is it? Big Boy say he probably up in there. This is half damn crazy. Why are they surprised? Why are they surprised? So y'all wasn't paying attention? So y'all really do have to feel fire in order to know that fire is wet. So y'all really did think that this man gave a shit about you. So y'all really did think that this man was out here wanting to give you free shit, and y'all actually thought that there's such a thing as free shit, and y'all went and voted him in. Now y'all outside his house? I mean, protest. Because clearly, protest of this sort is acceptable given what's going on in Minnesota. Allegedly. Can't make it up. This is a whole ass Truman Show episode, yeah.
Yeah. So you've seen that, you heard that, okay? Leftists are upset. Zoran's voters are upset with some of his policy decisions, with some of his personnel decisions when it comes to public safety. That's what they were talking about. Some of those organizations out in New York City, but they were also talking about Mondami's mother being linked to Epstein. Apparently, they're upset that the socialist poster boy comes from power, right? Comes from the elite class, right? They're upset.
Oh, the same elites that y'all are mad at because you're too busy pocket watching instead of getting your ass out here and getting your own shit together. So they thought that he was one of them. So it sounded like they're trying to say that they thought Ma'am Danby was one of them. Oh, you Generation Zers. Y'all so funny.
He comes from the bourgeoisie class, right? So, yeah, that's what's going on here, okay? As you have, again, his mother named in the new Epstein files. The mother of New York Mayor Zora Mondani, filmmaker Mira Nair, attended a party hosted by convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell, according to the just released trove of documents linked to deceased serial abuser Jeffrey Epstein. Nair's name was on an email sent by publicist Peggy Siegel to late pedophile Epstein about the after party in 2009 for the film Amelia, which Nair had directed. The email alleges,
after the show, it's the after party, and after the party, it's the hotel lobby, and I wonder if they still mad at R. Damn Kelly. I'm not saying that he should be absolved. I'm just saying, if he ain't have after parties, nobody. Diddy, Did he have some after parties, child? We already know.
No wrongdoing and simply records attendance. Yeah. But we were told that anybody's name in the Epstein documents and Epstein files means that they could possibly be a part of a global sex trafficking ring. So is Zoran's mom a part of that?
Yes.
Hey, who knows? But again, what I've been told by the media is that your name just being mentioned means that you could be a part of it. Now, I'm not
exactly, but now that it's looking a little on that side, now all of a sudden the narrative will probably change. Allegedly.
I'm not making any claims. I'm not saying anything at all. I'm just telling you what the media has been telling us.
Ain't Oprah allegedly in there too or something?
Over the past 6 or 7 months, right? When they all of a sudden decided to care about this because they thought it'd be a great idea to care about this in order to attack Trump, right? So there are now resurfaced photo links of Mamdani to Epstein-connected publicists at New York City event. A photo showing Zoran Mamdani at a high-profile luncheon tied to a longtime Jeffrey Epstein associate, Peggy Siegel, has emerged following the release of newly unsealed Justice Department records that also reference his mother, Mira Nair. The photo, taken November 15th, 2017, shows the now New York City mayor smiling at the Universal Pictures, quote, Get Out Peggy Siegel luncheon at Lincoln Restaurante in Manhattan. The event was hosted by Siegel, a once powerful Hollywood publicist who later faced industry backlash over her deep social ties to Epstein. Yeah, so this is the photo of Mamdani at this Epstein.
Child, is that Zoran Daniel Kalua? I thought it was Akon. Shimit Amin. Wait, Mira Nair and Shimit Amin attend Universal Pictures Get Out Peggy Siegel luncheon in 2017. He cheesing up a storm, ain't he? Woo, Lord help your people.
Linked a bit, right? This is how they characterize stuff like this. So I mean, listen, hey.
Child, his mom over here looking like she know the business, okay? His mom over here looking like, she know what's going on. I'm not saying about Depophile stuff. I'm just talking about like business and who's who, movers and shakers, and where she gonna go and how she gonna get what she need. I'm talking from that type of time. That's all I'm saying. She don't look like she goes home and cooks and cleans, I'll tell you that.
Epstein's connections run deep, right? It seems like he was connected to everybody. And leftists are going to have a hard time doing mental gymnastics trying to reconcile why is it that Zoran here, their socialist poster boy, is linked to Epstein, right? In roundabout ways, right? Through his family, through his mother. So with that being said, I think we got to talk about what I believe to be the most important issue in New York City right now, which is the fact that you have bodies piling up on the streets due to Zoran's terrible policy of reversing Eric Adams and his policy of getting homeless people off the street, basically mandating that they get off the street. Zoran has said, no, we're not going to do that. Okay, we're actually going to ask them nicely to leave, but we're not going to force them to leave, even though they may not be mentally capable of making the right decision to save their lives, especially before this winter storm. But again, he doubled and tripled down on, no, we're not going to force homeless people off the streets before the winter storm. Take a look.
I'd like to show you some video that we shot. It's of 4 homeless encampments that we found in the city, 2 on the west side and 2 in Hell's Kitchen. Councilmember Brewer actually has been trying to get your office for weeks to deal with the 2 on the west side. She wants to see them put into supportive housing. I've personally talked to these people. I've seen them for weeks as well. What is your office going to do about it? And is it acceptable, given the fact that it's 21 degrees, for these people to be there on the street, on the Upper West Side, and getting no help?
So I think, first, I will say we've only been in office for weeks. Today does mark.
Oh, I've only been at the infamous. I've only been in office for weeks. You hear that, New York? He's only been in office for weeks and already fucked up with the police, the housing, and now the whatever that inmate thing was. But now with this, with people dying on the street, and don't they do this in all the major cities when it gets this cold? They go and try to sweep them up and put them into places so that they can be warm, at least until it gets warm again. Ma'am Danby said, fuck y'all be all right. This is y'all savior. Shout out to Ma'am Danby. This is y'all savior. Because y'all so lazy. I mean, can we be honest yet, New Yorkers, Generation Z? Can we be honest yet? Okay. Y'all are lazy. I've said it for years now. It's obvious. Now you're pushing $30 an hour, Democrats. Ridiculous for gig work. And you think that that's going to work? You think that's going to help? Let's just ruin another city. Go ahead. What you got to say?
Mark our 3rd week in office. And it is not acceptable for a New Yorker to have to find shelter outside, whether on the Upper West Side or anywhere in the city. New Yorkers should be able to find a place to call their home. And what I have said consistently, first as a candidate and now as the mayor, is that outcomes are how we judge ourselves. And in the previous administration, the approach to homeless encampments has been one where only 3 New Yorkers were connected with supportive housing over the entirety of a year. And so right now, one of the focuses of our administration, as well as in conversations with the councilwoman, but also internally, is how we change those outcomes. Because the answer is not that someone should find the safest places outside. The answer is, how do we connect them with the services they need? And that's going to be the policies that we'll be putting forward.
just need to follow up. I spoke to the man today who was on the Upper West Side, and he said he'd been in a shelter at Bellevue, and he had to leave because people there were smoking K2, and he didn't think it was safe. And I asked him, would you go into supportive housing? Would you, and he said, sure, I would go into supportive housing if somebody would offer it to me.
And I think this is the key here, is that it's not just the question of how we approach homeless New Yorkers or encampments. It's also, why are they choosing to live there, and what does it say about the options that we've been giving them? And that's why at the heart of this has to be the connection with services that they want, that they will use, that they will actually utilize. And so that's going to be a key part of what we're actually going to deliver as our administration's new policy. Thank you.
Yeah, so as a result of Zoran...
So Portland has been doing well. We haven't checked out Portland for a while. All those homeless people, I wonder how they're doing with that new mayor that's just like him. I forget what you call him, child. I'm old. But that's a lot of word vomit, blah, 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 like LC said. But child, this is what you voted for.
Policy, even though he claims only been in office for...
Oh, don't forget. Voting is sucker shit, y'all. That's quoted from Corey Holcomb. Voting is for suckers. That's sucker shit.
For a few weeks. Well, yeah, you basically ended Eric Adams and his initiative to get homeless people off the street, to force them off the street on day one. So because of that, right, plus this winter storm that has come in, what happened is exactly what everybody thought would happen, right? Which is that, hey, if you don't force these people off the street, that they're going to freeze to death, right? And that's exactly what happened as bodies are piling up, okay? I mean, the death toll is as high as 14, I believe, now. And I want to play a couple news clips showing how basically the body count is continuing to go up under Zoran's watch. And because of his...
So is the trash, from what I understand, but they can't get to it because of the snow and the ice.
Take a look.
Cold weather is testing the city's resources when it comes to helping some of the most vulnerable among us.
The death toll since last Sunday's winter storm has now jumped to 13 in New York City. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis is live at City Hall this morning. Marcus, the mayor's handling of the storm and not clearing homeless camps is causing some criticism.
Indeed, Perry and Michelle, the city says that since this cold snap began, it has moved some 800 homeless individuals into shelter. But the number that is drawing the most attention, the number of fatalities, which yesterday increased by 3. So in all, 13 New Yorkers, their deaths are being investigated, linked to exposure to the sub-freezing temperatures. At least 6 of those victims were known to the Department of Homeless Services, which has intensified its outreach efforts as part of Enhanced Code Blue. Intake rules at shelters have been relaxed so that people can immediately enter and get warm. And an additional low-barrier shelter, as it's called, opened last night. There are warming centers at all city-run hospitals. And last night, ambulances went directly to homeless people, offering to take them to shelter. Also, if you see a vulnerable person outdoors, you can call 311. That call will be routed to 911 for an immediate response. But there is concern.
Yeah, why would I call 311 to be transferred to 911 when I could just call 911? That sounds crazy.
As this cold stretch continues. In recent years, the city has averaged less than 20 cold-related deaths per winter. And again, there have been 13 in just the last week. We're live at City Hall. Marcus Solis, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Tragically, we do know 14 New Yorkers have lost their lives since this cold front began. We're currently under a code blue, and we have been for several days here in our city.
This has been a full all-hands-on-deck approach. And so that means we've intensified outreach, whether it's from DSS staff to homeless outreach workers who I joined for a shift earlier this week, to NYPD officers. And since the start of this emergency period, we have successfully made more than 860 placements into shelters and safe havens during what could end up becoming the longest period of consecutive sub-32-degree weather in our city's history.
And if you've been anywhere across New York City, you know that the snow from last weekend has not gone anywhere. It's been too cold to melt, but the mayor does say more than 2,500 sanitation workers are out each shift. They're melting snow, clearing crosswalks, and still spreading salt.
Yeah, so there you have it. I think that this is a great example of what happens when you put somebody in office who doesn't understand common sense, right? Eric Adams understood that, hey, you got to force these people off the street. Some of these people are not.
Guess Eric Adams is looking a bit good today. I'm telling you. Shout out to former Mayor Eric Adams.
Mentally capable of making decisions for themselves, okay, for their own survival. So therefore, we got to make decisions for them. And that saves lives, right? Clearing homeless encampments saves lives, right? Forcing people into shelters saves lives, right? You're not saving lives when you're allowing people out on the streets in these homeless encampments. And then you're saying, hey, do you want to go into a shelter? Blah, blah, blah. You're asking them nicely to do something that they don't want to do, right? And because they don't have the ability to make rational decisions, they end up losing their lives, right, as a result. And
yeah, because these people think being nice is the damn answer. You know what? Sometimes someone needs to tell you what to do. Sometimes you need to follow the rules and follow the law. Sometimes some people just don't know, because 5 minutes ago, it'll be that they're not mentally all there. They're unstable. They're DRUG users, just like we saw in Portland. So they want to keep getting HIGH. So they don't want no help. But in the meantime, you should be being the leader that you're supposed to be. You can't have a low testosterone man be in charge of anything and expect, excuse me, that you're going to get a great result. But that's what y'all wanted. Keep that shit in New the fuck York City, okay? Keep that shit up there. Keep that shit in Minnesota over there. Keep that shit in California over there. Keep that foolishness in Portland. What is it? what is it? Portland what? Whatever the state is. Keep that shit up there with that crazy biatch and y'all enjoy it. Y'all enjoy all that. No common sense whatsoever. And the fact that people thought that this shit was a good idea, like I didn't know, of course, that this would happen with as far as the deaths due to the storm. But the fact that this was going to be half damn crazy because these motherfuckers too worried about being nice. Life ain't about being nice. Sometimes somebody got to be in charge. Someone has to be in charge. Thank you. Portland, Oregon. Thank you. And of course, Virginia now. Child, I got to stay focused. This helps me stay focused because I got to go because America is now crazy. You heard? Moving on though, y'all. Moving on. Let's go to Milwaukee where they're losing a grocery store.
The grocery store chain has now announced another closure on Milwaukee's north side.
Century Foods, located at 64th and Silver Spring, alerting customers it will close its doors soon. Fox 6's Bria Jones has the story after speaking with shoppers who fear the area could become a food desert.
Yes, I did, Mary. This Century Foods location opened up back in the fall of 2023. Back then, the city estimated it.
Wait, they opened in the fall 2023. It's only 2020. It is only 2026 and the damn grocery store is already leaving? What is going on?
Would service about 12,000 people within a 1 mile radius that lacked access to a full service grocery store. Now that it's closing, people are left wondering what's next.
Inside the Century Foods location, the aisles are.
It's starting to empty. Yeah, it's emptying. Yes, it is.
The grocery store at 64th and Silver Spring selling its remaining stock at 40% off. Shoppers shocked to find out the store is permanently closing. Greeted with this sign from management that reads, "This decision was not made lightly. Many factors were carefully considered."
Wash, rinse, repeat.
Before coming to this difficult conclusion.
I was kind of surprised, but then again, I'm not too surprised because they do have a lot of issues within this store.
Sir, what's the issues?
One being food being expired, two being me finding feathers inside of my chicken.
Brandon Haney, remember?
Wait, finding what inside the chicken? Child, what?
Surprised, but then again, I'm not too surprised because they do have a lot of issues within this store. One being food being expired, two being me finding feathers inside of my chicken.
Brandon Haney.
Oh, feathers inside of the chicken. Who has never found a feather in their fried chicken before? Fried the fuck up. I'm just saying. So those were the problems, y'all. Those were the problems.
He remembers when the store opened in 2023.
If this is closing, I don't know what's like the next step because it took them a while to even get this Century right here.
He's worried his community could become a food desert.
Everybody over here don't have vehicles and transportation to where they can just go out and grocery shop whenever they want to. So they would have to put systems in place like getting an Uber or things like that, which would cost them extra money.
This Century
Don't let there be a regulatory fee going on here. That's really going to cost you some money.
Location is the latest of closures on the city's north side. Aldi near Sherman and Custer abruptly closing last week. And last summer, Pick and Save announcing the shutdown of 5 locations countywide.
Oh yeah, we remember that. Shout out to the Pick and Save. We remember that. Where's this at? Milwaukee. Milwaukee. Is Milwaukee the state? No, that's the city. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, right? Don't come for me.
Including one on the north side.
It's sending the message that our stores and all that stuff for our convenience in our hood, it's not getting better.
The hood is not getting better, he said. Well, sir, I think you might be right.
A grocery store in Milwaukee's northwest side is asking for your help. The owner says they're in a tough spot right now, already being in a food desert, and they could close their doors now. Our Durante Matthews dives deeper into the problem there.
Since cutting the red tape in 2022, Mo Wentz says he's been on a mission in Milwaukee to bring fresh fruits and vegetables to an area in which...
So y'all not hoping the black grocer either? Oh, no.
Has absence of fresh access. Over the past 3 years, he says Sherman Park Grocery Store on Sherman and Fond du Lac has done just that. Fast forward to today, Wentz says issues like theft, rising food costs.
No, nobody's stealing out of here. And I'm sure that the rising food costs are because of Donald Trump.
Absence of fresh access. Over the past 3 years, he says Sherman Park Grocery Store on Sherman and Fond du Lac has done just that. Fast forward to today, Wentz says issues like theft, rising food costs, food share benefit issues, and flood damage have him struggling to keep the doors open, creating a big problem.
Hold on. The one thing is food stamps. So it's 3 years. Trump has been in office for 1 year, but it's all Donald Trump's fault. Don't worry about that. What else? I think he said like food stamp stuff.
as absence of fresh access. Over the past 3 years, he says Sherman Park grocery store on Sherman and Fond du Lac has done just that. Fast forward to today, when says issues like theft, rising
food
costs, food share benefits.
Food share benefits. That's what food stands.
Issues and flood damage have him struggling to keep the door.
So flood damage. So why is the insurance not taking care of that? Why you got flood damage, sir? Why isn't the insurance taking care of that?
Doors open, creating a big problem for the neighborhood.
If we unfortunately have to close our doors, the need goes nowhere.
Wynn says Sherman Park's grocery store is located in one of Milwaukee's 13 food deserts. We checked and found out the closest grocery store in the area is Pick and Save near 56 and Capitol Drive. That's about a 5-minute drive, a 15-minute bus ride, and a 30-minute walk. Beyond that, the Aldi near 68th and Capitol, that's about a 9-minute drive and an hour walk.
Food deserts are typically in areas that have historically been redlined.
Dr. Kirk Harris is a professor at UW-Milwaukee.
Oh, food deserts, the redlined areas, y'all, the redline areas.
He says areas of food insecurity are often experiencing disinvestment.
When markets such as retail food industries are looking at those communities, those are not the first choice that they make.
Dr. Harris says.
So while he's crying racism, because that's basically what he's saying, right? Now, how many times we've been talking about the redlining, or somebody says is blame the redlining, right? So help me understand why your officials who you put in office ain't helping y'all. Remember when Doogie got reelected just last year, and the very next day after his election, party, they was over there talking about a food desert. Well, help me understand when you reelected his ass, why you didn't make him do something about that, or at least speak to the damn food desert issue when he was in office the first time. Y'all didn't have shit to say. Then when he was up there saying that y'all need to reelect him, he was so cool. Now he over there with a $163,000 truck, cost more than the daggone governor, telling the reporter who asked him a question that she's racist for asking him, how dare she ask that black man a question about spending $163,000 of taxpayers' money on a fucking truck so that he can be driven around, him and his wife now and their child. So y'all ain't got nothing to say then. Then when shit like this starts to fold, because eventually it's all gonna crack, just like Jenga. You pull out too many of something, it's gonna eventually fall down. So y'all just continue to wait for the shit to fall down. Then you turn around and say, well, it's because of redlining. It's because of slavery. It's because of white supremacy. Why you have black leaders? You have black leaders in office that y'all put in there, and y'all don't go to them for nothing. Y'all don't force them to do shit for you. This is the exact thing that plenty of people who the pros want to call racist, who the pros want to call white supremacists, who the pros sit up here and tell you it's okay, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. You black, I'm black, we black, everything gonna be fine. Here we go with another story in another damn town, going through the same damn thing over and over and over and over again. Y'all want to continue to listen to them? Shit remains the same. You getting the same results. Don't blame redlining. Blame your fucking political officials. But then again, it doesn't matter. Because Shaw Corey said, voting is for suckers. Voting is sucker shit. So sucker shit it is, okay? Because I know who the fuck that y'all would listen to, him and pro-blacks. They don't give a fuck about y'all. They just want y'all to continue to vote the way that they want to, while they don't live in food deserts, while they continue to make money, and y'all continue to live in the same damn place, re-electing the same damn people, getting the same damn result, giving the same damn excuses. Then you get up here on this daggone thing and be mad at people that talk about the shit that y'all choose. This is the shit that y'all keep choosing.
Another challenge is communities of color and low-income areas are many times surrounded by cheaper and
Child, look at this shit. Now, mind you, we've eaten this shit, okay? We have eaten encores plenty of times when we didn't have any money. We have gotten encores and banquets and all that shit. Meals for the family. Salisbury steak was a big one in our house. We did what we had to do. But we knew we wasn't staying there. You know why? Because we knew we had to fucking work, because wasn't nobody giving us nothing for free. And we wasn't looking for no one to give us anything for free. We wasn't trying to see about electing nobody that says that we're gonna give you something for free. Because free don't exist. I don't know how many languages, and I only know English, that y'all need to hear this. Not y'all, you know what I'm saying. That y'all need to hear to show how many examples do you need? How many times does this need to happen? How many ways? Miss me with the same old excuses. This shit ain't no good for you. But y'all want to get rid of the Dollar General talking about it's no good in your communities and it's too many of them. You got the black man from earlier with the black store. Y'all robbing his ass. Y'all complaining about his food. He probably is going to have to shut down. Aldi's out of there. Pick and Save is out of there. Child, whatever that other place is I never even heard of before. Oh, it's so hard to get a grocery store in here. That's what needs to be investigated. Why? Do something about it. Y'all think it's so much better to say, go ahead and let criminals out early. Go ahead and let a person who don't even like police be in charge of the police. Go ahead and let a woman who done already said some racist shit be in charge of fucking housing. Say some racist shit about black people, but let her be in charge of housing. That's who y'all put up there in New Damn York. So you're probably doing the same thing here. I don't see them out here saying nothing. I don't see them out here coming to y'all's rescue. Where the fuck is this at? Wisconsin. I don't see them out here doing shit.
Healthy options. So what can be done to keep healthy stores?
One solution is for government to kind of subsidize and foundations to subsidize.
So now the solution is for government to subsidize. That's the solution. The same government that was about to shut down, which looks like they avoided it. The same government that shut down in daggone November. The same government that over in Minnesota is allowing them people to wild the fuck out instead of reining them the fuck in. That's the government that y'all think you're gonna get help from? So this black man on the screen, for the umpteenth fucking time and example, is saying the government needs to help. Y'all can't stand the government, remember? Y'all don't like the government. You don't like Donald Trump. You cuss him out at every juncture of your eyeballs being open. But now you saying, we need the government. Make up your fucking mind. What is it? No kings, remember? No kings. No kings, no kings. Oh yeah, but give me, and fucking give me.
And provide supports.
With so much uncertainty, there is one thing Wynn says he can guarantee.
We're here. We're willing to do what it takes to keep our doors open.
Durante Matthews, Fox 6 News.
Good luck to that man, but I don't think it's going to sit up here, and I don't think it's going to make no difference. Good luck to him, because at least he came in the community and tried, because, you know, they be like, well, what are you doing for the community, child? I can't do nothing for y'all because y'all don't listen. People who like to do things the way that they want to do things have the free will to do it. That's the difference between y'all and people like me. You are welcome to learn your lesson however you learn your lesson. Don't come to me for the fucking rescue. You want to ask? Or you don't even have to ask. I'm telling you what it is. Y'all want to do what you want to do. Cool. Y'all get all those results. Whatever it ends up being. Is it fair? Maybe not to most. But guess the fuck what? When you allow people to lead you who don't want the best for you, who don't give a damn about you, who don't give a damn about that damn community, what they give a damn about is the fact that you will follow them hook, line, and fucking sinker, wash, rinse, repeat for the umpteenth time.
We like free stuff, so we came out here to get all this free stuff, but then the car saying, you can't get the free stuff. Cause the people want to take it. And how y'all gonna take some stuff that ain't even yours? It's free.
So I got my 2 baskets and took the bus or whatever.
Wait a damn minute.
We get down here, we get some free stuff.
We're already in a recession. Times are hard. Why not just let us get the items and invest and be okay? We are black women. We care about our crown. Why not give back to the community and let us get the product? The tools, any other eviction.
Moving the fuck on to food stamps. What we in? Oh, we almost an hour and a half in, child. We having a good time. So, this is News Nation. Low-income Americans hit with SNAP changes. Y'all, did we not know these SNAP changes were coming? Did we not know that these SNAP changes were coming?
Meanwhile, millions of low-income Americans are receiving the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. program, also known as SNAP. They're getting hit with a massive change, a lot of them, in fact, that go into effect today. Members must now follow increased work requirements, and it comes as Trump's one big, beautiful bill cut nearly $190 billion in funding to the program. The U.S. Department of Agriculture citing these changes will help cut government spending. Let's get into it with Alicia Nieves here on set, who joins us now with what SNAP recipients can expect.
All right, Laura, we knew these changes were coming, and now it seems like they go into effect officially today. And basically, the changes are this. First, there was a group of SNAP recipients who previously were required to work or be attending some sort of work training program for 80 hours a month. That stays the same.
So the previous was 18 to 55 and people with no kids. All right.
Group, though, has been expanded to include.
So now they expanded it from 55 to 65, which I don't think is right, but that's just me. Parents of children 14 to 18 years old, you gotta work. Veterans, you gotta work. Homeless people, you gotta work or volunteer. Adults aging out of foster care, you gotta work. All right. So the only thing I don't agree with is 55 to 65 and veterans, because you still got to be income eligible at the end of the day. So regardless of all that, and homeless people, you're only going to get them for 3 months. That's how it used to be anyway. If you ain't got no kids, you only get it for 3 months anyway, every 3 years or something like that.
Recipients who were previously exempt, like veterans, adults between the ages of 55 and 65, and then parents with children 14 to 18 years old, as well as people experiencing homelessness. The bill also revokes benefits for roughly 1.7 million people, like lawful permanent asylum seekers and even refugees. Also,
Hold up. 434,000 non-citizens and 1.3 million refugees was getting the benefit in 2023. Hold on.
with children 14 to 18 years old, as well as people experiencing homelessness. The bill also revokes benefits for roughly 1.7 million people, like lawful permanent asylum seekers and even refugees. Also, the federal government is requiring states to pitch in more here. States with a SNAP payment error rate over 6%, meaning they potentially are giving unqualified people benefits, they will be required to cover 5 to 15% of the total benefit cost. That marks a significant shift for 100% federal funding. In total, more than 40 million people receive SNAP benefits. And if you're one of them and you're concerned about these changes, you should be receiving a letter from your local state department notifying you of any changes to your benefits based on your family's individual circumstances. So like you said, Laura, these changes coming as a part of Trump's one big beautiful bill expected to cut $186 billion specifically in SNAP funding through 2034.
All right. Big changes ahead. Thank you so much, Alicia Nieves. And that is it for us on News Nation Live. Thank you so much.
Girl, y'all ain't say shit. That's some nice blue that girl had on. Let me go over to Chicago. New SNAP work rules take effect, putting millions at risk of losing benefits.
Yeah, this could have some major impacts for sure. Right now, 42 million people across the country rely on SNAP benefits just to put food on the table. And if you remember, at the end of last year, those SNAP recipients already kind of started feeling the impacts after losing access to those benefits during a government shutdown, which ultimately were later restored. Now, President Trump's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, which passed last summer, essentially makes it harder for people to be eligible for SNAP with stricter work.
It makes it harder for people to be eligible for SNAP. How?
Impacts after losing access to those benefits during a government shutdown, which ultimately were later restored. Now, President Trump's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, which passed last summer, essentially makes it harder for people to be eligible for SNAP with stricter work requirements.
It's harder for you to be eligible for benefits with stricter work requirements. This is what she just said. It makes it difficult for you to be eligible because, child, you got to go to work. The work requirements, child, not just sitting around and just getting it for the free.
Under that bill, $186 billion in SNAP funding were also cut through the year 2034. So here are the new work requirements now in effect. Anyone between the ages of 18 and 64 must either work, volunteer, or participate in some sort of work or educational training program for at least 80 hours a month. Under previous rules, that maximum age for these work requirements was 54. Now, veterans, young adults who grew up in foster care, and people experiencing homelessness are no longer exempt from work requirements like they used to be. And people in the U.S. under asylum and refugee laws are no longer eligible for SNAP benefits at all. Now, there are exemptions, though, and that includes people living with disabilities, people who are pregnant.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You trying to tell me that all you got to do is get pregnant and then you don't have to work and you will be exempt? Do you think the plan, because didn't RBN, are you still here? Didn't you say that, oh no, you saying that Trump wants people to become families again, but I think that they might just stay pregnant in order to, because that's what happened before. Black people don't fall for this. Black people do not fall for this. Don't do it. Not for no damn food stamps. Lord help your people.
Or if you have a child at home under the age of 14, which used to be 18 under those previous rules. Now, if you are exempt, you are encouraged to fill out and submit a form as soon as possible through the State Department of Human Services website. Now, we did chat with a local food bank recently about these new changes to SNAP and the widespread impacts those changes could have.
We are bracing ourselves for yet another hunger crisis. I mean, you're correct. You know, during the recent government shutdown,
now there's about to be a hunger crisis, child. Now there's about to be a hunger crisis.
Changes could have.
We are bracing ourselves for yet another hunger crisis. I mean, you're correct. You know, during the recent government shutdown, we saw what happens and the hunger and hardship that was unleashed on this city and on this country when you take away access to SNAP. It's a critical lifeline for many, 2 million people actually.
Ma'am, no one is taking anything away from y'all. Just go ahead and work 80 hours a month. Is 20 hours a week, is 4 hours a day. So you telling me 4 hours a day, you can't go volunteer? How many times I said this? These people never want to give back, but they certainly love and want to take. They never want to give, but always asking for something. Always expecting something. Always want something at Christmas and Thanksgiving and when the kids go back to school. Charlie probably want something for New Year's and Valentine's Day, Easter, and the end of the school year, but can't even give up 4 hours. Can't even give up 4 hours. Now it's this massive food crisis that's about to happen. The requirements remain the qualification still remains the same. Either you're income eligible or you're not. Now, it's your decision. Do you want to volunteer? Child, you can go volunteer at the library. Yeah, they do still exist in most states. You could go there and just volunteer at the library. You could go to your child's school. You could go and volunteer. You could go to your child's daycare and volunteer. I guess that's just crazy talk. That you would give something to someone else since you're asking for so much in return at all times. Not everybody, but enough bodies. See, I told y'all, ungrateful ingrates. Many. They just want to make sure they get what they want. F all of y'all. As a person, again, who's done benefits, I've synced it. As a person who's done Section 8 for their rentals, I've synced it. I've synced it with welfare. I've synced it with childcare. I've synced it. I've synced the ungrateful. That's how I know. And that shit ain't changed. They didn't pass that on to all their kids. Then they get this free shit and they don't appreciate it like you would if you worked for it. I would hope that you would appreciate something that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into. But when someone says blood, sweat, and tears, they think that means slavery. No, what that means is that you go out and you work for what it is that you want instead of thinking that someone's supposed to give you something because you don't appreciate it in that respect. No one owes you anything. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. Nobody owes you shit. Go to Ma'am Danby, child. He got you.
The state of Illinois, and we estimate that around 200,000 SNAP participants will be affected by these work requirements and will not be able to show that they have an exemption and are at risk of losing their benefits starting May the 1st.
Yeah, so just to reiterate here, people who don't meet these new requirements will only be eligible for benefits for 3 months every 3 years. And the date here to watch is May 1st, as they could lose access to those benefits starting on that day. Now, the state does have a free tool that you can use to find out whether you...
Child, we don't care. So 3 months is February, March, and April, and then May, we on it in May to see what's what. You know what? I forgot to read a Cash App from yesterday. I apologize. From Dumas. I apologize, boo. He said, for Anton said, good work. Thank you so much, hon. I apologize for missing that yesterday. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Let's see what else we got, y'all. Where are we at? Ohio. Shout out to CIP and Legend.
Coming to the federal SNAP program. Starting next month, new work requirements will kick in. And tonight, some officials are urging residents to pay close attention, warning that thousands of Ohioans could be affected. Natalie Clydesdale has details.
Big changes are coming to SNAP benefits in Ohio and across the country.
Since it is a significant change for a big population.
Under H.R. 1, better known as the Big Beautiful Bill, Congress has rolled back several work requirement exemptions for SNAP recipients nationwide, meaning adults ages 55 to 64 and parents with children between 14 and 18 must now meet work requirements, typically at least 80 hours a month, or participate in approved education or job training programs. Previously, many...
so they can go to school. They can go to a job training program and probably will be eligible for the free so that you can be productive with the rest of your life. Oh, that horrible, man.
People over 55 were exempt. The new rules also apply to veterans, people experiencing homelessness, and young adults aging out of the foster care system. In a statement, the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services Director, Matt Damschroeder, said in part, quote, SNAP is a vital support, but it's designed to supplement income, not replace it. The most reliable path to long-term financial stability is through employment.
We have significant...
Hello. Let me also point out yet again that it's the supplemental nutrition assistance program. And supplement means that it helps you with what you have. Nobody ever seems to have anything. They just think that's supposed to take care of everything and they don't have to bring anything to it. And shout out to the person that just reminded me that, she is creative, no junk food. So y'all mad about the free shit that you were getting, the way that it's being handed out, the way that the requirements are. So don't use it. Don't utilize it. Don't go get it. You don't like having a king. You don't want to listen anyway. This is how it works when you get free shit. The person that's handing it out is the person that gets to tell you how it works. If you work for your own shit, you ain't got to worry about it. But child, I know that's just crazy talk. Come on, child.
Not replace it. The most reliable path to long-term financial stability is through employment.
We have significant concerns about people who have been out of the workforce for a long time, are over the age of 60.
Kevin Gowan, the Job and Family Service Director for Cuyahoga County, says countywide, about 5,100 people are expected to be impacted.
Most of them will end up falling off of the rolls and they'll no longer have that benefit to help them put healthy food on the table.
While in Summit County, officials estimate at least 3,000 residents will be affected.
If you are a SNAP recipient and you are thinking maybe I'm someone that this impacts, make sure you're checking your mail. Make sure you might get a robocall from JFS. Make sure you're listening to that message.
Jessica Szymansko with the Greater Cleveland Food Bank says about 70.
Woo! There's some interesting looking biatches up here. Shout out to Ohio.
All from JFS. Make sure you're listening to that message.
Jessica Szymansko with the Greater Cleveland Food Bank says about 77% of SNAP households in Ohio already include someone who's working. She urges the public to stay informed about the changes, seek accurate information, and know that help is available to guide them through it.
We anticipate that there will be an increase in need, and we are planning accordingly.
The Ohio Department of Job and Family Services says the new requirements take effect on February 1st, and then recipients have to show proof of meeting them starting March 1st. The agency is also encouraging people to enroll in its SNAP employment and training program.
Okay.
She got pretty eyes. You know that's hair extensions.
This is amazing.
White people do it too. That's hair extensions in her damn hair. Shout out to her though. Anyway, Hiram. Shout out to Hiram in the building. Thank you, boo. He said, bet you they won't boycott that SNAP EBT. You already know. Child, you already know. So that's listen, the SNAP stuff just started yesterday. We look forward to see what the hell is going to happen. All this whining and complaining. We on the lookout. All right. So it should be interesting over the next 3 months, especially getting to May the 1st, and we shall be here. Let's get to this Anton stuff because Anton said. So I swear to you, Anton must wear the same outfit every day. What is this called? Okay, so he did. This is part of the morning show, of course, and he clipped it, and it's called "Most of the people I put on have turned on me for clout." Anton says you have no friends online, and while I agree, I do disagree as well. So let me do. We'll do all at the same time. All right. So first of all, I'm always a proponent of everybody ain't your damn friend. Remember hearing that when you was a child? Shout out to Generation X. You and your little friend, that ain't your friend. That little girl ain't your friend. That little girl ain't no good. You don't need to be hanging out with them. And then you are a product of the people that you hang out with. So that's what we was taught. That's what we was told when we was younger, right? I don't know what the hell y'all's parents and Generation Z be telling y'all. Mostly wrong shit. So on the internet, right, which is where people meet people now. Okay, so that's how I know several of y'all, and we're pretty good friends with a lot of people, right? I talked to a lot of people offline. We cool. We got each other's numbers and everything. You know, you already know I didn't see Trent. I didn't see Mike Love and CIP. Everybody cool. Everybody cool. I'll be hopefully seeing Kofa sometime soon. And child, not RBN, because child, he too damn busy. Anyway. But like, you got to get to know people, right? And don't be giving shit to people, right? I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, maybe Anton was giving people shit. Like when he says you can do this and give out all this information. And I don't know when he started the Patreon, but it's like 20,000 people or more. And if each person is just $10, which I know that they're different tiers, somebody calculate that. I don't know what it is. 315,000, I think, the last time that we calculated it per month, right? But I've always been everybody is not your friend. And so everybody can't be treated the same, but that's just me. Some people can think of that as a negative. I look at it as protecting myself and definitely my family at the end of the day, because you can't be bringing just any old body around your people. That's just me, right? But what do I know? He certainly does. He certainly does. Right, Dallas. But anyway, so I just started listening to it a little bit, and then I said, all right, we got to talk about this tonight. Because, you know, people still out here trying to make Anton content by way of now just bringing any old random person in, including myself. But y'all, whatever y'all got to do, because like I was listening to him earlier today during the Millionaire Morning Show. What you gonna do when this blows over? What's the plan when this blows over? I'm just saying. Yeah, that's what we were told when we were younger, Tim. My bad. When we were younger, anyway. Exactly, it's common sense. But, you know, common sense ain't so common no more. But let's hear what he got to say, and I'm going to speed it up as well.
And there was a guy maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and we had a little bit of back and forth. And I remember he came up on my show, and he apologized, and he said, man, listen, I want to make things right. I want to make sure that it's cool. I don't want no problems. We need to call a truce. And I'll promise you that if you never talk about me again, then I'll never talk about you or your family again. And I said, oh, okay, cool. I looked up. Somebody sent me an email, and y'all have to send me no more emails. I didn't say it enough. I looked up, and the nigga had my chick on the thumbnail. I said, oh, yeah, okay.
Of course.
I see it. I trust women, and I don't even trust women. I trust women more than I trust guys.
Uh-oh. You talking about the low testosterone males, child? Anton! You talking about the low testosterone males that's making shit up just to get more followers while this shit is hot? Is that what you're talking about? Taking down any old body for the almighty dollar while complaining about you and how you be making money? Legally, mind you, but about how you be making money? And it's not true, or whatever it is that they be saying. Child, there's so many stories I can't even keep up.
I trust women. This is why I don't have niggas around me, bro. Y'all kept saying, man, Anton, why you don't have people around you? How you don't do this with it? Because I don't trust, because the niggas are bigger clout chasers than the women. The women will try to get in your section because they trying to get a picture with you. They trying to hang out with you. They even might try to go back to the crib with you. You ain't got to accept that shit. The guys is in your section blocking off the hoes because they more clout chasing than the women. Can I talk my shit real quick before we go to the next? I got time. I'm watching time today, you car. Can I talk my shit real quick, y'all?
Yeah, just hurry up.
Permission to derail for the next 3 minutes. Permission to derail for the next 3 minutes, y'all.
Like it's more than 3 minutes, Anton. Like I said, like I told him, child, you be long fucking winded, child. Hurry up.
Permission to derail for the next 3 minutes, please.
certainly see a lot of black people that's coming up on his daggone screen that he's flipping up on here. Because you know he's out here kissing that ass at a white man and the white people. Allegedly. I still never clipped that out. I still got to get that and clip it out. Anton in a hot dog suit. Woo, Lord help your people.
Kirsten, do you know that I created this sector? All these niggas is my kids.
They're not going to like this. This is why we're going into week 6, okay? Because I promise you, I got to about another minute of this. I'm telling you, they're not going to like this. This is going to create a whole new fur. Y'all, watch.
Do you know what it feels like to be a parent and to have your children turn against you for money, for clout?
Peters.
Do you know that most of these niggas that you see on here doing all of these live streams and shit like that, a lot of these niggas, I made them. I gave them a boost. They came up off my platforms. We would never know these niggas before. Bro, it's people that has been in my Patreon meetups. They introduced me to their fucking wives. No. Let's keep it 100. And I don't feel bad because I understand the game. Listen, all the movies told us what the game is. It's niggas that had brought their wives to meet my wife. And we embraced them like the children that they are to us. And we said, we love you. And they came to multiple different meetups. Niggas started a channel and all of a sudden they controversy kings. I said, what the fuck is this? Niggas brought their kids. Listen, I'm not lying. Niggas brought their motherfucking kids to come and meet me. Hey man, I want you to meet my son. He wants to be just like you when he grows up. Hey, I want you to meet my wife. Look, man, she wants to be just like your wife. You know it's the truth. I promise you on God, on everything. I said, all right, I ain't been to no meetups. I don't know nothing about none of that. I'll let y'all discuss that amongst yourselves. And yes, he did say he did create this sector. Now, I don't know what the sector is. I don't know, but he created it. Maybe the business sector? I don't know. I'm just saying. Somebody said 101 Dalmatians. Look, the stars are saying that it's true. It's the stars that are co-signing what Ton Dog is saying, y'all. Not F them kids. Yes, F them kids. I'm just saying. What is going on?
Sabrina's pretty. Hey, Sabrina.
These niggas, dog. Somebody said yesterday, Anton didn't make us Fight Club. It was my platform.
Oh, okay. Back in the Fight Club days, child. Who know about the Fight Club days? So y'all tell me, because I don't know. Because I don't really do panels, right? Watch them or participate. Who was on Fight Club? Who was on Fight Club? Yeah, we being messy. Who was on Fight Club that's now out here talking about Ton Dog, Anton? I'm assuming Frigidaire was one of them, Bueller. I know Fa knows. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Frigidaire was one of them. And mind y'all, I'm going to keep reminding y'all every day, Frigidaire ain't got shit to say to Trend after that live stream that he did about him. Not one damn thing. Not one damn response. Bitch assedness gonna always show their bitch assedness. Okay? Whilst out here talking shit about a biatch. And I can take it, okay? But it's interesting that when a ninja actually comes for your ass, you ain't got shit to say. And that was a long ass stream. Fa says Anton is Fight Club. Now I heard that Fight Club was for the younger set, so they wouldn't be out on the street. I remember it was all night, and I definitely ain't had time because I had to go to work. But they was on all night long to try to keep them from off the streets, allegedly. He don't want no smoke with Trend. Clearly. Ain't said one word, one snivel, one nothing. A bitch ass ninja always gonna be a bitch ass ninja. J Prince, Tierney, Fatty. Oh, they were on there? Okay. I'm a little familiar with Jay Prince, but obviously I know Tyranny and Fatty. Okay. All right. So there's some of the names from former Fight Club.
And this is why I killed that shit.
Ooh.
This is why I killed that shit.
Ooh.
I killed that platform and rebranded it and turned it into Room 9. And I said enough of this shit because I seen the spirit of niggas and the clout chasing hat went too high. I said, this is insane. I've seen no less than 20 different people, minimum, that I put on, that I gave visibility to, women and men out here clout chasing. I said, what in the world is going on? And you know me, I'm not even the type of person that only do the big platforms. I show up to the smaller platforms. I do interviews. I show love.
Shout out to me. Shout out to Ton Dog. Millionaire, million subs coming over here to this small platform. She didn't ask him no questions. She didn't give him no pushback. Child, let me put journalism. Doctor, lawyer, journalist. I'm going to add that to my name. Fa said Fight Club started to get out of control with too many emotion crash out ninjas. That's why Anton decided to end it. Oh, Sassy Straights again? So it was the Sassy Straights yet. So we really kind of see what the problem is, as evidenced by all these daggone videos going into week 6. Got it. Thanks for the confirmation on that, chat.
I do all of this stuff. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I said, what in the world is going on? You know what the funniest part about this whole thing is? Let me tell you what the funniest part about this whole thing is. This is the funniest part. I'm gonna give a shout out to Fatty. Shout out to Fatty, Team Fatty, his channel, all of that. I'm gonna give a
shout out to Team Fatty and the Untouchables.
Shout out to Fatty. Let me tell you why I'm gonna give a shout out to Fatty. Because me and Fatty has had our disagreements, all of that stuff. Fatty is the only person, one of the only people that kept his word. And when we truced it up and we said, you know what? We better together than we are apart. He was the person that actually was like, man, I don't know about this Anton, whatever, so on and so forth. He's one of the only people, probably not the only person, so I'm not gonna say the only person. He's one of the only people that has kept his word. And
shout out to Fatty. Ain't no keeping your word when it come to money. Typically, ain't no word when it come to money. Ciao. Shout out to Hiram. I appreciate you, honey. Said one of the best interviews I've seen, Messy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Off the cuff, just pulling up. They don't take that into consideration. All these people that just know so much about so much. Men, mind you, still making live streams and trying to pull me out of their ass, to pull me into their pocket watching of Anton. Ciao. Now, this is definitely going to reroute that back up, in my opinion. Allegedly. Oh, come on, Chad.
I don't even agree with everything that he says. And he don't even agree with everything that I said. But he's been one of the only people that has been honest and objective about everything since me and him since we was like, you know what? Everything is cool, bro. We shouldn't even be on that type of time. Even when he criticizes something that I says, he's honest and he's objective. He's not coming from a dark place. And he's one of the people that got visibility from my channel. I'm just amazed. I am amazed. But here's the thing. You be at the meetups, QD exec, you be there. You know what's going on. Now here's the thing.
Child, not the ninjas had googly eyes looking at Ton Dog at the meetups. I was there. Oh no. LTM, stand up. LTM, stand up. That's what y'all doing? Is that what y'all doing?
When it's all said and done, it's pennies. It's pennies compared to what could have happened and what the opportunities were.
That's true. Shout out to Frigidaire. Just getting all emotional. I'm emotional and I can't let go. I am trying to hold on to you. That's what he be singing every night. The night that he was sick. You didn't call me.
Snake your way to the top. You just can't. You can't snake your way to the top. Just the honest to God truth. But you'll see in all of this shit that we didn't see, I didn't seen it before. I done been around the corner. Eventually it comes back to bite you. Eventually, I didn't see niggas lose everything. I've seen people lose everything. So good luck. Good luck. God bless y'all. To all of my children, to all of my 101 Dalmatians out there.
Ooh.
I'm disappointed in you.
Oh, I'm gonna have to clip this and put a Dalmatian on the cover, child. Shout out to the Disney movie 101 Dalmatians, one of my faves.
I'm disappointed in my children. All my children. I gave y'all a place.
Or the cover of All My Children. Y'all know that soap opera. I know you do.
I'm disappointed in my children. All my children. I gave y'all a place to be able to congregate. Gave you an opportunity to get your shit off. Gave you some visibility. All of my children out there is being rebellious. They're being disrespectful. They're being cantankerous, and they're acting like females. The females is acting like females. The males is acting like the females. I said all my children is just being disrespectful.
Shout out to confirmation of what I've been saying. I gave the biatches a pass because these sassy straights LTM's been acting crazy worse than biatches. They've been worse than the biatches.
Gave these niggas life. Gave these niggas an opportunity to get their visibility, to promote their channel, inspire them, show them how to stream effectively. You know, let them argue it out, make a name for themselves, keep their reputations up. Gave them the blueprint, gave them the opportunity, and this is the thing that you didn't. This is the thing you gave me. This is how they treat me. Listen, it don't. What happens from the ops, that don't break my heart. The ops is the ops. That's what ops do. It break your heart when it comes from the inside in, like, not little nig over there.
Not little nig.
Turned against me too.
Not little nig.
What's going on?
Oh no.
What?
Oh.
He did it too. All for the clout. Oh. Little Scandinavians broke my heart, bro. Broke my heart. Broke my heart. Gave these niggas life, Molly. Gave these niggas life, and they turned on you. How you niggas? How you niggas playing basketball in Pelican Bay? You do this to me, Jay. Y'all gonna do this to me, Jay? I run this here. You just live here. That's all right. I'm gonna have you niggas playing basketball in Pelican Bay. Shoe program, nigga. 23-hour lockdown. You know what? I feel so good. I don't know what is wrong with me today. I woke up in probably the best mood that I've been on all year. Today, I've been in a better mood today than I have ever been. And I've been pretty happy for the most part. I'll give you another example of loyalty. A lot of people don't know, because a lot of people will think that, oh man, you discovered Slimmy on these platforms and in these spaces, right? A lot of people don't know. Me and Slimmy was rocking out with each other way before this YouTube shit.
Who the hell is Slimmy? Do y'all know, Bueller? You still here? Who is Slimmy? Is that a man or a woman?
Way before this panel. Before any YouTube, before any of that stuff, me and Slimmy was tight. People don't even know that me and Slimmy actually met in Cleveland in his space. Like me.
All right, Slimmy is a dude. Who the hell is Slimmy?
And Slimmy ran into each other in real life. That's how me and Slimmy actually met in real life. People don't even know that. People think that Slimmy came out of nowhere. No, Slimmy has always been a person that supported me online because me and Slimmy was always rocking with each other in real life. So it's real. It's a genuine thing. It ain't no panel shit. It ain't none of that. Like, we could actually see who real with each other and sense each other energy in real life. Panels? That's my dog in real life. You know what I'm saying? Slimmy wasn't fucking with. Slimmy didn't give. I'm gonna be honest with you. Slimmy never cared about visibility. Slimmy only cared about doing his thing, having conversations about hip hop, about popular culture. I forced Slimmy into this shit. I said, Slim, bro, I'm going this way, so we going this way. And he was like, bro, I'm fucking with it regardless of what you got going on, man. That's how I'm rocking. And so I said, bro, listen, whatever it is that I'm doing, I need you with me, bro. And he was just like, yo. And Slim is the realest one ever. Slim is the realest one ever. He didn't even care about this shit. He was just like, yo, I'm fucking with you. So I'm like, yo, bro, I need you to come through with this. I need you to hold me down, whatever. And he's like, whatever you need, I got you, bro. And so it just went like that. It just went like that. That's how you know niggas is real. Because he didn't even want this shit. He wanted it for me. He didn't want it for himself. On some of the deals.
Content creation ain't for everybody. it ain't for everybody.
That I got going on that Slimmy is a part of. You know what he said to me? I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I gotta give his flowers. You know what he said to me? He said, man, I don't want nothing, bro. I said, no. He said, no, bro, it's your thing. It's your doing. I'm just gonna facilitate it. I'm just gonna do this. I gotta make sure. You know what Slim say to me all the time? Ever since I ever met him, he always said, hey, man, how can I add value to you, bro? What is it that I could do more to push the brand because you got a bigger calling on your life? Same thing with Molly. Same thing with your car. All of these people just be like, man, what? Man, bro, we got to push this shit. It's more to do. It's more to win. It's more shit to go get. You got to call and you got to do this, man. You the one that got it. Let's roll. And then I'll be like, hey, but I ain't going nowhere without y'all. So if we gonna do it, we got to do it together. I talked to Molly.
Yeah, Slimmy is definitely Slimmy and tall. I've never seen that man before in life. Thanks for the picture though, boo. I appreciate you. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
Anton, I don't even care about this shit. I don't need no visibility. I want to promote my social media. I don't want to do none of that. I'm in the cut. Whatever you need, that's all we talk about. And so I'll be like, but I need you. She'd be like, well, all right, I'll pull up if you need me then. That's how they are. If you don't have those type of people in your corner, you don't even know what real loyalty is, man.
Well, there you go. And you know that's going to become a thing, especially with the 101 Dalmatian content or comment, I should say. But shout out to AD, WWAD. And what he's going to do is figure out a way clearly to keep this running longer. We'll see. I could be wrong. Maybe they'll ignore it. Maybe they ain't seen it. Maybe. I don't know. Y'all know more to people than I do. So, whatever. Anyway. So, yeah, that's what's going on. I think he must have said that earlier today during the show and they clipped that out. So that's where that comes from. Anyway, moving on to Sha'Carri Richardson, right? Ain't that her name? Yeah. So this video, I know y'all didn't seen it. Again, I'm catching up. I've been gone for a week. And she got arrested because she's wilding in the car in Orlando. And then later the boyfriend got arrested. Why are they still together? Two toxics.
You're flashing them to get out of your way, are you? Let's give you a path to get past them. See what you do.
She did use the turn signal. What do they want?
100, 101, passing the car at 101, 103, 104. County motor 50, copy 950.
So she didn't see the damn policeman that she went by, the oppressor. She missed him.
It'll be 429 northbound at Stony Brook, Florida tag. On a gray Aston Martin and an occupants.
Maybe she had to pee. I can relate.
I would wipe that smile off your face. I'm Sergeant McCandless with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. You're being stopped for dangerous excessive speeding.
Wipe that smile off your face. That sounds racist. She can't smile. Let me bring this down. She can't smile. Racist.
I would wipe that smile off your face. I'm Sergeant McCandless with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. You're being stopped for dangerous excessive speeding.
I understand my tire at the back is like literally on 29.
So you're driving at 100. Hold on. You're driving at 104 miles an hour in a 65 mile an hour zone with subpar equipment, flashing people to get out of your lights, out of your lane, following too close, using every lane to pass everybody, cutting me off, passing a car on the inside shoulder with their
Josh, she's sitting there on the phone while the damn oppressor is talking to her. You see that?
hazard lights on. You're going to jail for dangerous excessive speeding.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. My phone, I didn't even know my car was speeding.
That's why they give you a speedometer.
I didn't know my car was speeding. Is this a Tesla? Does Aston Martin drive itself? Yeah. Do Aston Martins drive themselves? Isn't that what it is? Or is that the drink? Whatever car this is.
The lights on. You're going to jail for dangerous excessive speeding.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. My phone, I didn't even know my car was speeding.
That's why they give you a speedometer.
I totally understand. I communicate with you, sir. I really do not want to go to jail.
No, most people don't.
I really don't want to go to jail. Girl, who wants to go to jail? Goodbye.
But you got to think about that before you do the speed. I need your license, your registration, and your insurance. You were speeding.
So I was, and I totally didn't know. If you look at my phone, my buttons right here, they jump around. My phone is sitting here and it's slid on here. I literally see it's not even in normal mode. And I see that. My apologies, sir. Please.
So I feel like she's admitting not only were you going 104, I think y'all said, but you was on the phone also. And I can't tell, but it don't look like you got a seatbelt on either. I'm just saying.
I need your license, your registration, and your insurance. You were speeding.
So I was, and I totally didn't know. If you look at my phone, my buttons right here, they jump around. My phone is sitting here and it's slid on here. I literally see it's not even in normal mode. And I see that. My apologies, sir. Please, I'm communicating.
The mode has nothing to do with your gas pedal.
No.
I need your license, your registration, and your insurance.
Please, sir, I really want to work. Can you really work with me, sir? I promise you, I am a law-abiding citizen. I have my ID, my insurance on my phone.
I'm a law-abiding citizen. Isn't this the third time? Shout out to Prime. Isn't it the third time that she done had issues with the oppressor?
There was no intention of me speeding today. I promise you, sir.
Is this a good address for you, Lake Valley Drive?
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm local, sir. Please work with me. I promise you.
I don't know what work with you means.
Not work with me. I understand that. I would take the ticket. I would show the
No,
court.
like I told you, you're going to jail.
Please don't
You're
allow
going
me
to jail.
Please, sir. Please.
Listen to me.
Please, sir. I really.
If nothing you say is going to change that. You are going to jail.
Sir, am I going to jail, Jake?
Yes.
Sir, I really was not intentionally speeding at
That's
all.
even more scary. That means that you're doing things unintentionally on a task that requires all your attention.
Sir, please, please, I'm begging you.
You are going to have a little bit of time to make some phone calls. You are going to jail. I am towing your car.
Does this violate the time that she did get arrested for the airport thing? So she's on probation from that, and then now there's this. Does she get in trouble? You know what I'm saying? She on probation or whatever from the airport incident, and now this has happened. Is this why she's crying and carrying on? I mean, of course, I hope she wouldn't want to go to jail. Then stop doing dumb shit, girl. You're doing the most.
Sir, don't take me to jail. I will do everything.
No.
I will do everything.
You have two options.
Listen.
Listen,
Please.
you have two options.
Please, sir.
The first option is you can either ride with me in my car. The second option is you are going to go to jail in a cage car. Which do you prefer?
Yo, is somebody on the phone? Is she on the phone? Did you hear that?
The first option is you can either ride with me in my car. The second option.
Did you hear that? There's somebody on the phone. Oh my goodness. And she was on the phone. Wow. The airport was dropped. Okay. All right. Ooh, Lord help your people. So somebody was sitting there silent talking about, oh, this is wild.
I'm towing your car.
Please, sir, don't take me to jail. I will do everything.
No.
I will do everything.
You have two options.
Listen.
Listen, you have two options.
Please, sir.
The first option is you can either ride with me in my car.
She should run.
The second option is you are going to go to jail in a cage car. Which do you prefer?
I promise you, I don't want to go to jail. I'm right here. I have a team here. I have a coach, everything, sir. I was not intentionally doing anything. And I am.
You're not listening. You're repeating yourself and not listening. Nothing you say is going to change.
So I want
All right, so make some phone calls. Let people know that you're going to have a $500 bond.
That's it?
We'll get started.
Oh, it's Savannah Guthrie's. Anyway. That was a lot of begging, child. Girl, just take the ticket. You just cop to everything any daggone way. Now you want to sit up here and try to beg. Girl. Anyway, all right, 2 hours, it's 9 o'clock. If y'all got time, I got another one. Not for her. I didn't know it just ended like that. But this is about Don Lemon on the catch up, okay? Shout out to Nate the lawyer. that just did this video that says the government's case against Don Lemon's violation of the Klan Act. Ain't that interesting? Don Lemon been accused of violating the Klan Act of all things, but then again he goes home. Child, let me let it go. Come on.
And to a Fox News alert, journalist Don Lemon has been arrested in connection with an anti-ICE protest at a church in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Former CNN anchor and a former colleague of mine and friend, Don Lemon, has been taken into custody by federal agents, according to his attorney.
This morning, former CNN anchor turned independent journalist Don Lemon out of custody, facing federal civil rights charges after covering an anti-ICE protest inside a church near Minneapolis.
Really, y'all got to understand, like I said before, Speaker Jeffrey spoke, they're doing their 19th century research. Our ancestors are rolling in their graves that they're using a KKK act against Don Lemon.
So now the ancestors is rolling around in their graves over the Klan Act, but the ancestors aren't rolling over in the graves to the fact that he goes home and does a white man each night. So they're not rolling over in the grave about that.
Finally got Don Lemon arrested. Let's talk about it. Here's a quick message from this video sponsor, ZocDoc. Okay, raise your...
Oh, back to the video.
Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know we look at the law, then we look at the facts, and then you get to decide how it's going to play out. So first, let me introduce you to 18 U.S.C. Section 241. This is called the KKK Act. Now, this law isn't new. It was passed May 31st, 1870, literally 156 years ago. Now, Congress passed this law specifically to stop the Ku Klux Klan from riding out in the night and terrorizing freed slaves. Now, in the South, you would have a whole bunch of armed white men throw on hoods and go to black churches, kick everybody out, and burn down the building. Sometimes they burn down the building while leaving everyone in the building. So Congress had enough of that.
Well, damn, the way that he said that, Lord help your people.
And decided to pass this law. Now, what the act does, it makes it a federal crime for two or more people to conspire to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate any person in the free exercise or enjoyment of any right or privilege secured to them by the Constitution. And in this particular case, we're talking about your First Amendment right to exercise your religious preference. So, simply put, if you get together with a whole bunch of people and go to a church to interrupt their religious services, you are committing a federal crime and can serve up to 10 years in prison. Now, for you to be convicted of this crime, there are 4 elements the government has to prove. It has to prove, number 1, a conspiracy, an agreement between 2 or more persons to do this thing. Next, they got to show that you had the specific intent to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate. The victims have to be a person within the United States, and the right has to be something that's constitutionally protected.
Child, they put all that on daggone on TikTok. They put all that on social media. Case closed. Case closed. This is what happens when you put all your business on the fucking internet.
Like your freedom of religion. So as you can see here from Don Lemon's indictment, he is charged with 18 U.S.C. Section 241. Now, 18 U.S.C. Section 248 is the freedom of access to clinic entrances. This requires force, threat of force, or physical obstruction for anybody who wants to go into someplace for reproductive health, like an abortion clinic, or if someone goes into a church. Now, when you scroll down the penalties, you'll see if it's a first offense, essentially it's a misdemeanor. You get fined and you can be in prison for not more than 1 year. Second and third offenses moves it up to felonies. Now, since this is a misdemeanor, I'm not going to go over this one in depth. Let's go over the felony that can get him 8 years in prison, because I think that is the one you'd be most concerned about. So now, since the indictment points back to Don Lemon's own live stream that he did on that day, what we're going to do...
Exactly. I thought Gilsis said that. Did Don Lemon say that too? I thought Gilsis Smollett said that.
Is look at the actual evidence the government presents in this live stream, and I'll let you determine if he has violated any of these laws. So now...
All right, let's determine if Don Lemon violated any of these laws. I say guilty. It's all on the internet. We synced it.
Let's go into the indictment and see what the government has on Lemon. All right, so we're going to start at Overt Act number 5. Now, the indictment essentially claims that Lemon explains he is with an organized group gearing up for a resistance operation and takes steps to further maintain operational security. Here's the clip.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the program. We just got into Minneapolis a little bit ago and did some reconnaissance on the ground, speaking to an organization there that's gearing up to for resistance and protest. These are resistance protesters. They're planning an operation that we're going to follow them on. I can't tell you exactly what they're doing, but it's called Operation Pull Up. And it's Sakima Armstrong, and she has been doing this since George Floyd, Dante Wright, and others.
So the government is saying that what you just watched is evidence of what's known as a meeting of the minds, an agreement. Now, this is required for the conspiracy, especially under 18 U.S.C. Section 241. This is element 1. And the government...
They're going to get more done with this probably than they did for Diddy.
Saying that Don Lemon admitted that we are, quote, planning an operation, and I can't tell you exactly where they're going. This serves as evidence of the agreement between the defendants to commit these acts. Next, we move to allegation or overt act number 6. The indictment claims that Armstrong, the person who organized this whole thing, explains to Lemon that this is a clandestine operation designed to disrupt business as usual, and that this goes to element number 2 under 241, which is the intent to oppress or intimidate. Government's argument is that the person who set this up, Armstrong, made explicit statements that the goal is to disrupt business as usual, and the target location establishes a specific intent to interfere with the rights of the victims, the churchgoers, rather than just peacefully assemble. Here's the clip.
How are you?
Good.
See, we're on. We're not saying what it is, what's going on, but
they don't know each other. Y'all always go up to people and kiss them. They don't know each other at all. Y'all going up to people and kissing them like that?
the churchgoers, rather than just peacefully assemble. Here's the clip.
How are you?
Good.
See, we're on. We're not saying what it is, what's going on, but thank you. Tell us why you're doing this.
So,
this is Nakima Levy Armstrong. She's on the show on Friday.
Armstrong, civil rights attorney, longtime activist here in the community. And, we protest and do activism in all kinds of ways. This is Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation. We show up somewhere that is a key location. They don't expect us to come there. And then we disrupt business as usual. So that's what we're about to go do right now. We've had a lot of success with the times we have done Operation Pull Up.
The government says, here, you're going to see Lemon instructing associates not to reveal the location of the live stream to maintain the element of surprise. The government argues that this demonstrates Lemon's active participation in the conspiracy's logistics rather than just observing as a journalist. So this
guilty. That's 2. Guilty. See what happens when you run off at the mouth, Chuck?
It's going to be very interesting. I don't think we can go inside, right? No. No. Okay, so we are here now. Do you think if you just have it? I think maybe if you just have it on the church, but if they see me, they're going to know. No. It just depends.
So Don Lemon over here acting like he got a big head on his shoulders. When they see me, they're going to know. When they see me, they're going to know. Who the fuck do you think you are, child? You are a fired journalist. You're a YouTuber, like the rest of us. Journalists. I got a lot of names to add to my name.
Now, do you think if you just have it? I think maybe if you just have it on the church, but if they see me, they're going to know. No? It just depends. What? Don't name the location. I'm not naming the location. But I mean, I'm just wondering if you see me. I mean, the folks inside see me. Are the congregants really on live instead of in service right now? No, but they'll be like, "Why is Don Lemon here?" Sunday morning church. Yeah. Okay, we'll see. They'll be like, what else? It's Sunday. We already said the church. No, we didn't.
So next thing you have, I want to point you.
They did go to jail. What are you talking about? You sound crazy. Child, you sound crazy. They did go to jail. Did you forget that part where they were convicted and went to jail? Yes, they got pardoned. They went to jail. So if you want to utilize that, that's all the more reason that Don Lemon should go to jail, which is what I said from the beginning. They was all upset about January 6th. Those people got arrested and went to jail. So he is not absolved because he's black and ABCD. That's not an excuse. He put it all out here on the on display. Because he can't shut the fuck up. Because he thinks that, as soon as they see me, because he thinks he's more wonderful than he actually is. Y'all just said all that about Anton, but then all of a sudden, Don Lemon gets the excuse. So he ain't over here with a big head on his shoulders. As soon as they see me, nigga, I would walk past you and wouldn't know who you were. I don't give a fuck about Don Lemon. I wouldn't know that nigga if I saw him on the street. Fuck that nigga. But he want to talk about pro-blackity, black, while making sure he's sleeping white. And now he gonna sit up here and talk about, I'm just a journalist. Who you work for, nigga? Who you work for? Who you work for? YouTube, Google, just like the rest of us. He ain't special. He ain't special. He wanted to get the big story. He trying to do the Nick Shirley thing. He trying to be out there. He trying to be out here trying to act like he doing something. He's SMDing, like Anton said, he's SMDing to the black community. And plenty of people will fall for it. Yeah, that's great. Ignore his white man. Kantanji, ignore her white man. Cam, ignore that white man. We care about the blacks. We care about black people. It's about black people. Let one of you ninjas show up with a white woman. What's going to happen, Bueller? Let one of you sassy straights show up with a white woman. What's about to happen? They're going to be like, yeah, you're the best. We love you. I'm thinking, no. That nigga admitted all this shit on tape. And Don Lemon know everything except for reading the fucking law and knowing what it was. He didn't go that far, Mr. Reporter. That reporter didn't go that far. He just want to be a part of something so he can make a big story. I'm telling you, most of these people want to do something so they can get bigger and be bigger than what Nick Shirley did. That's all this is.
Due to overt act number 23 and 24, Lemon confronts the pastor. The indictment claims that Lemon stands in close proximity to the pastor, causing the pastor to graze him, and admonishes the pastor, please don't push me.
Worship Jesus, because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here to worship Jesus. Yes. That's why we're here. Yeah. Okay? That's why we're here. That's what we're about.
Do you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them?
No one is willing.
It pisses me off every time I listen to him say, you don't think Jesus would. So why didn't you think about Jesus before you stormed in to disrupt Jesus's house and service? You wasn't thinking about Jesus then, lemonade head. You wasn't thinking about the Lord then. Do you think about the Lord when... I'm going to let that go. Okay? Because now all of a sudden he want to invoke the Lord, but he don't want to invoke the Lord when it comes to him. He thinks he has the authority to invoke the Lord when it comes to you. And that would include Yah. And yes, I mean Yah. These motherfuckers don't run nobody. Well, let me rephrase. They run a lot of Yah who listen to their foolishness, and you don't even see that they're not even living the fucking life that they tell Yah what to do for. They're not even leading the life that they are telling Yah what to do. And Yah willingly listening to these bitches who all they want is money and to deliver you to the fucking Democrats to vote for them. Again, I don't know how you can't see it. I don't know how there's no outrage, how pro-blackity black motherfuckers are supposedly are. And then he said white men are the worst of society or something like that. He got a fucking white man in his bed. How do y'all not see that? That is the biggest form of freaking hypocrisy ever. But y'all can absolve that shit because y'all so fucking scared. I don't know what the hell you scared of. What are you scared for? Just playing, that is exactly what they play on. Fucking fear. That's why they say this shit. Ricky and Smiley telling y'all gotta get out of the United States. It's time for y'all to get out of the United States. That nigga ain't left yet. And he can leave yesterday. He's still here. Oh, it's only for y'all. Is that not a scare tactic? That a millionaire? It's always millionaires telling y'all what to do. It's always millionaires telling y'all what to do. And y'all be listening. Millionaires say, you got to be scared of the white man, but not that one I sleep with. Millionaires telling y'all that you got to be worried about the chains and the slavery here in the United States. Y'all got to go. Now, I'm not going to go, but y'all got to go. I know y'all can't afford to go. I can afford to go, but I'm going to stay here. Child, who left? Rosie, Ellen. I don't care that they came back. All these other people, they left. They left. So the rich blacks can't leave either. Roland's still here. Child, YouTube works in other countries. It don't just work in the United States. How come they not going nowhere, Bueller? How come they ain't giving y'all no tips on how to get the fuck out of here, Bueller? They just say, yeah, no, y'all got to go. Y'all got to be scared. Y'all got to be worried. And y'all be listening to these dummies. Child, please.
Okay, I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to
unless you're here to worship. You're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to worship. Yeah. We're here to worship. Okay,
thank you very much.
Oh, I'm always worshiping. I'm a Christian. So y'all been on Anton's ass for 6 weeks about that statement. Y'all been on Anton's ass for going on 6 weeks because of the statement that he made. And y'all give this nigga a fucking pass. After he disrupts the service, and black people, you know damn well you don't do that shit. You know damn well you don't do that. You do not interrupt the service. You don't even stand up. Child, you could barely sneeze when you was a kid in damn church. Your grandmother will look out of the side of her eye without moving her head to let you know, get it together. Don't disrupt. Be quiet. Go to sleep. Giving you a piece of candy so you keep still and shut up. But he goes and disrupts the service. Oh, so y'all saying it's okay because it's a white church? Is that what we're saying now? I wonder what his white man says, who was waiting for his ass when he was ready to get out of jail after the bond hearing or whatever. Standing there waiting for him clear as day. Y'all cheer that shit on. Yeah. And that's what y'all doing for that nigga? And y'all find a way to justify that, but been giving Anton a hard ass time for 6 damn weeks. But this man who's talking about he a Christian and he is ABCD, and on top of it, he's white. Y'all ain't got shit to say about him. Y'all love him. Y'all love it and y'all love him. Y'all gonna absolve the bullshit because he's down. So it's idolatry because it's Don Lemon, who's no fucking body at the end of the day. He's nobody. He means nothing. He ain't doing nothing for y'all except for sowing the seeds of fear like the rest of them do.
So the government's making the argument that what you just saw was a violation of the FACE Act, 18 U.S.C. Section 248. And this is physical obstruction against the pastor by Don Lemon. And they also say Lemon was asked to leave. And since he didn't, that also is more evidence of obstruction. And lastly,
of which I said that when the shit happened. You sitting up there, you talking about, you were pulling on that man. I said that. Look at him pulling on that damn man. Why are you touching that man? Why are you holding him so that he can't go anywhere? And then as soon as he pushes back, he was like, don't touch me. Nigga. Y'all, fuck that nigga.
They say Lemon was confronting congregants at the door. At one point, defendant Lemon posted himself at the main door of the church where he confronted some congregants and physically obstructed them as they tried to exit the church building, challenging them with the quote facts about U.S. immigration policy. Here's a clip.
Folks are leaving.
Let's go to the church and start talking about immigrants. Let's we not forget this part, y'all. Okay? So you got, love you back, boo. So you got this ABCD ninja going to the church talking about he a Christian whilst fighting for illegal immigrants, not immigrants, not naturalized citizens, not Americans. He's doing it for illegals, allegedly fighting for illegals. The Black Lives Matter lady, they don't come out for none of y'all. They don't come out for nothing else, but they always seem to come out for stuff that gets them attention. I still ain't heard that the Black Lives Matter in Chicago came out for that lady that was beat up by them kids. I still ain't heard nothing there about that. And that's old news at this point. Not that it doesn't mean anything, but it's happened so long ago, we should have heard something by now, don't you think? I guess her black life don't matter, right? You got this Black Lives Matter lady coming out fighting for somebody that ain't black. Y'all okay with that? Y'all okay with that? All right, not a problem. I don't give a fuck. Honestly, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck because I already know most of these people are full of shit. I've been saying that, and I'm talking about the regular degulars. The regular smegulars that sit up here and tell y'all who you need to vote for. Then y'all support Corey. Voting this sucker shit. Voting this for suckers. That's sucker shit. Y'all listen to him. Y'all all this listening to these fucking celebrities and all these alleged famous people is really what the issue and the problem is. But y'all do your job. Listen to Ma'am Danby, who now you see is allegedly somehow, some way connected to Epstein. Because y'all been waiting for the Epstein files. The Epstein files. It's a distraction from the Epstein files. Release the Epstein files. Epstein files been released. Crickets. What y'all got to say? Bueller? Anybody? Bueller? Oh yeah, now y'all ain't got shit to say? Now your man Danby, New Yorkers. Now your man Danby is up there. Who ain't giving you free shit yet. It's only been a few weeks. Well, what was your plan? So you didn't have any plans when you were coming in? Y'all had no plans when you was coming in? And already hired 3 very questionable people. One, an alleged seeming racist against black people. One who's working with the police that don't even like the police. And now one that's a criminal that's in charge of... Keep that shit in New York.
Just want to show you, and that's the inside of the church there where they are. And so the pastor, I don't know if you can see in there, the pastor's hugging members of the church as they are about to leave. And so an interesting Sunday morning for you. What do you think of this?
I'm a harmless Christian here that wants to praise the Lord with my son, and now I got to go home. I'm sorry that you guys are so angry.
I'm just chronicling. I'm not with the group.
Oh, what do I have to say?
Can you understand why they're angry?
I don't understand any of this because I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man who loves the Lord and is a good father. So this is what we look forward to, is coming, being with our family and praising Jesus, and that's not something that we have to run away from. So this is kind of a bad day for us.
Now, with all that said, that's the evidence against Don Lemon, or at least what the government says it has. Now, there is more in there for the co-defendants because they did some stuff like screaming at people and blocking access. So they would be guilty of that. But I'm just focusing on Don Lemon's culpability in this situation. Now, I think this is an uphill battle for the Justice Department to get a conviction here. The arrest, the arraignment, all that looks good. But the courts are very protective, especially with journalists embedded in these type of events. And he's made it clear.
That man look like he don't know what to do. Look. Oh, I need this for the screenshot. Hold on. For the thumbnail. Hold on. Shout out to Nate the lawyer. That's a good thumbnail. This passer dude, the passer, shout out to the passer. He looked like he's scared to death.
Looks good, but the courts are very protective, especially with journalists embedded in these type of events.
He's so surprised.
And he's made it clear throughout this particular video that he wasn't with the protesters, but he was just covering the event, which I think is going to give him a lot of that First Amendment cover. So now the next thing Don Lemon's attorneys are going to do is run to federal court and ask for what's known as a
I thought that was Prince Charles or King Charles now.
Probable cause hearing. They're going to ask a judge, a neutral body, to say, hey, do we have probable cause based on this particular information? Now, the good things Don Lemon has going for him is he's already had one magistrate judge say there is no probable cause. He's essentially had an appeals court say there really isn't any probable cause. Now they're going to go to a third judge for a probable cause hearing and say, well, hey, judge, we got a magistrate judge saying no probable cause. We essentially have an appeals court saying no probable cause. So do you think there's probable cause? And if the government loses that probable cause hearing, that doesn't mean Don Lemon is over.
Is there probable cause? Yes. Yes.
Hook, that just means they'd have to gather more evidence, maybe some phone records or something, to determine if Don Lemon.
Oh yeah, waiting for the text messages. Yeah, I'm sure there are some. There always is.
Was part of this conspiracy, or if he was just part of the media covering it. And just to be clear, Don Lemon wasn't the only journalist that facing charges for this event. There was another journalist who they also arrested too.
Award-winning local journalist Georgia Ford isn't used to being on this side of the cameras given her career reporting in the Twin Cities, reuniting with family Friday evening after federal agents arrested her early in the morning at her home.
I leave this federal courthouse today with one question. Do we have a constitution?
Ford is facing charges after she was doing her job.
Do we have a constitution? So in other words, I should be able to do whatever I want, but y'all got to do what we say. Does anyone not see the hypocrisy here? I can infringe on your rights. You can't do anything to me. I'm a woman. I'm black. Child, I got curly hair. Whatever the reasons are. You can't say nothing to Donnie because he black, he ABCD, he's allegedly a journalist. But forget the rights of the people that they infringed on. Why don't people see this? Why don't people see this? And we as black people don't interrupt church. We're supposed to have some damn limits. We're supposed to, they are of the age that they know damn well that they were not supposed to do this. If it was Uzzi's, I'd be like, child, you still wrong, but it wouldn't surprise me because the shit y'all do is just crazy. But of this age, they know better. But because of their hatred at this point for Donald Trump, child, all these Dons, for Donald Trump, they think that they can do whatever they want because they think they just got this complete and utter absolution, something. They blanket can do whatever they want just because it's him and just because they're black. I'm telling you. And it doesn't make any sense because as soon as someone does something to them, it's, oh my God, how could you do this? I'm black. I'm a woman. I'm ABCD. But I can do it to you. And you can't say anything because then I'll cry, I'm black. I'm a woman. I'm ABCD.
Job at a protest at City's Church in St. Paul earlier this month. The Trump administration is charging Ford with crimes amounting to conspiring to prevent people worshiping that day. Ford isn't the only journalist charged, with former CNN anchor Don Lemon arrested in California Thursday night.
So the possibility of conviction in these cases is just going to be almost impossible. I think Don Lemon is going to have a lot of First Amendment protections. I think this other journalist is going to throw out some First Amendment protections. And essentially it's going to be a wash. Because don't forget, you have to prove this beyond a reasonable doubt. And I think this just...
Oh, now, man. I do trust Nate the lawyer, though.
Drips of reasonable doubt. Now, I think you can get over the hurdle of probable cause, but I don't think realistically you're going to get a conviction in Minnesota for Don Lemon just reporting on these ICE protests. It's just...
No, I don't think that he's going to jail. I never thought any Don Lemon, I didn't know about the other girl, but let me say that I never thought that he was going to go to jail. Never, ever, never, no way. Just the fact that he's arrested is enough for me. Just the fact that he was arrested is enough for me. And if he gets probation, that would be enough. Like, you're not going to go to jail for this. But hopefully these MFers learned a lesson to stay your ass out of a damn church. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, and a fine for sure. A fine will do her. The fine will do them. Or maybe it was her. Maybe we can say her. Anyway, shout out to Nate the lawyer. Anyway, what else we got going on? All right. If y'all still here, this girl that Anton allegedly promoted. And now everybody is saying that she's a grifter. I don't know if you've seen this girl with the living in my car. And so people are saying that she was lying and they was calling her out and proving it and whatnot. Anton must have did a video of her about her saying that she lived in a car because he does these reactions. So she's coming up off of it. So her channel is doing very well, right? But allegedly, this story's not true. Now, you remember about 2 years ago when all these people was quiet quitting. They was quiet quitting, and then they were saying they was living in their car, and they was having a good time. They was like, oh, I'm going to live in my car. I'm going to live in my Tesla. Because Tesla, I don't know. They was making makeshift beds in the back of the car and waking up and doing all these videos, talking about their, lowly lives or whatever. But they was making the choice to do it because they couldn't afford to live. But they had these banging ass cars for the most part, right? So I just put her in that group. Those things kind of dropped off, but maybe it's going to come up now. We look forward to it. We like stuff like this. Let's hear what she got to say. See what the hoopla is. Do we believe her or not?
Hey everyone, this is crazy because honestly, you guys know I've been gone for like 5 months and I had no plans on coming back. And that was kind of my problem with me because I really don't know what this video is going to consist of. Like right now it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm finally getting ready for bed. This is what I talked about in my last video, like me staying up all night, and I'm probably not going to fall asleep until like 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, which really sucks. My car is currently on because I have the heat on. I like to keep the car on and have the heat running while I'm setting up my space to go to bed so I can at least be warm until I get in the sleeping bed and under the covers. And I'm going to show you guys all that. Okay, so this is what the back of my car looks like. Let me put this light on. While my car is on, I have this light on, and then this car light up there. And this is the light I use when like my car is off. But I have all of my window covers on. And my car is kind of messy. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of messy. Because I've been in a horrible place for the past whatever months. And yeah, okay, so what is back here? Paper towels. I'm putting my pillow over here. This is my cover. So what I'm doing right now is fixing my sleeping bag. In case you guys forgot, I do have this little mattress. It looks a little thin, but it's surprisingly actually really comfortable. Maybe one day I will get a thicker one, but it's really not a priority. And if you guys have been with me since the beginning, you guys know I got this sleeping bag a little over a year ago when I first moved into my car. It still looks a little messy, but it's actually pretty big, and you guys know I'm still fat. So these are my clothes for when I lose weight.
Child, she said it. These are the clothes for when she loses weight.
But Jesus Christ, I haven't lost any weight yet. Anyways, I need to see how many hot hands I have. Okay, I have those. I don't want to use these tonight. I'm gonna show you guys the other ones that I have. And then I have this super big one. So we have the super warm, and then here are the regular ones that come with 2 in a pack. But I'm gonna put these back and I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna use. Okay, so every night I have to have these on, and I'm actually running out. I think I have like 5 pairs left of the toe warmers. I literally cannot lay down. I will freeze to death. I feel like my toes get the coldest, and before I found out about these a couple months ago, I'm not even kidding, like I almost froze to death. I'm not even kidding. Okay, my socks are a little dingy, but it's okay. This is what they look like when it'll slide off and like move and stuff. So in order to keep it in place, I gotta double up the socks, and it's really.
All right, I had enough. I don't care. Is it just me? I don't care. Anybody? Bueller. Clintons agreed to testify in Epstein investigation. I thought they said they wasn't going to testify. Did y'all hear that? What else do I have? Because I don't want to hear her. She's annoying me. We already did. this. Oh, I'm on the wrong channel. Hold on. Let me go to the other channel. I got nothing. I got nothing worth talking about. I do have this video, but I don't want to show it because it's so disgusting. I don't want to show it. So I ain't got shit. I ain't got shit. Talk about Epstein victims being appalled at that their pictures and identities were released in the Epstein files, but they're all on TV now on CNN. They're all on CNN. Lord help your people. Are they really? How come I can never find CNN on YouTube? I can never find it. Let me go to Google and see what comes up. Epstein. Government says it's fixing redactions in Epstein-related files that may have had victim information. Oh yeah, fix that. Bill and Hillary agree to testify to the House inquiry on Epstein. I thought I had access to the New York Times. Newly released Epstein's file, 10 key takeaways. I don't have access to all these damn papers that's reporting this stuff. And I'm not paying for it. All right, let's look at this. It looks like I have access to it. This is The Guardian. Just FYI. It says, because I'm just getting to know what's going on with this too. Newly released Jeffrey Epstein files, 10 key takeaways so far. So we know who he is. We know what he was. 1, Epstein lawyers discussed possibility of cooperation days before his death. Well, that sounds a bit scandalous for those that watch Scandal. And maybe, allegedly, somebody said he got to go. Allegedly. I don't know. Allegedly. Less than 2 weeks before Epstein died in jail. Died in jail in 2019. The files showed that his attorney met with Manhattan federal prosecutors and discussed Epstein's potential cooperation. Now you know. Allegedly, he was about to cooperate and tell all the tales, even though they knew who he was they knew who he was to begin with, and they still went and was dealing with him. Number 2, FBI received allegations about Trump. One document in the newly released tranche sheet is a summary that FBI officials appear to have compiled last summer of more than a dozen tips received by the agency involving Trump and Epstein. It is unclear why the investigators put together the summary, and it does not say when the tips, which included unsubstantiated claims of SA, were received. The document also does not include any corroborating evidence or indication that the tips were verified. Trump has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing in connection with Epstein. In response to a request for comment from the New York Times, the White House referred to a statement from the Justice Department that said, which stated the new tranche of documents may include fake or falsely submitted images, documents, or videos. Some of the documents contain untrue and sensationalist claims against President Trump that were submitted to the FBI right before the 2020 election. The DOJ stated, to be clear, the claims are unfounded and false, and if they have a shred of credibility, they certainly would have been weaponized against President Trump already, which I would agree with. 3, Musk had more extensive ties to Epstein than previously known. That doesn't surprise me because Musk seems weird to begin with, to me. Everybody hates, what is his name? Elon. Everybody hate Elon, but they stay on Twitter, don't they? When they getting off Twitter since they hate him so much? Emails show Musk and Epstein exchanging cordial messages on 2 separate occasions in 2012, 2013. 2, making plans for Musk to visit Epstein's private island. Communications suggests that the trips did not occur due to logistical issues. Musk told Vanity Fair in 2019 that Epstein was obviously a creep and claimed that Epstein tried repeatedly to get me to visit his island, but that had been declined. Like they can't find out if he was there. Howard Lutnick made plans to visit Epstein's island. The files show that Lutnick, now serving as U.S. Secretary of Commerce, wow, under Trump, arranged to visit Epstein's island in 2012. Wow. Last year, Lutnick said in an interview that he had been neighbors with Epstein in New York and that he had cut ties with Epstein around 2005, calling him disgusting. And yet he was allegedly making plans to visit in 2012. A spokesperson for the Commerce Department told the Wall Street Journal that Lutnick had limited interactions with Epstein and has never been accused of wrongdoing. Mountbatten Windsor invited Epstein to Buckingham Palace. Oh no. Reaches all the way over to Europe. Email suggests that Andrew Windsor invited Epstein to Buckingham Palace following Epstein's release from house arrest in 2010. Why would these people be hanging out with this man, y'all? Why would these people be hanging out with this man? Y'all, this is weird. In 2008, as part of a negotiated deal, Epstein pleaded guilty to state charges in Florida of solicitation of prostitution and solicitation of prostitution with a minor. That's it. That's it. 2008, and served 13 months of an 18-month sentence. He was released in July 2009, began serving house arrest in August 2010. And these people were still dealing with him, hanging out with him, wanting to go hang out with him. That is weird. That's a problem. For what? For what? September 2010, Epstein and the Duke believed to be Windsor, then the Duke of York. Epstein said he was in London and requested private time. Windsor appears to have replied, "We could have dinner at Buckingham Palace and lots of privacy." 2 days later, he followed up by saying, "Delighted for you to come to Buckingham Palace. Come with whomever, and I'll be here from 1600-ish. It is unclear if the meeting took place, but 3 months later, the pair were pictured walking together in New York Central Park. Windsor previously claimed he had traveled to the U.S. to end his friendship with Epstein. Child, you had to come all the way over here to break up. You had to come all the way over here in order to break up with him? What? Y'all, we are living in a fucking reality show. The documents also show that days after Epstein's house arrest ended, Epstein offered to arrange for Windsor to have dinner with a clever, beautiful, and trustworthy 26-year-old Russian woman. Windsor apparently responded that he would be delighted to meet the woman. In that email exchange, he also asked Epstein if it was good to be free. Child, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. Additional files include photos showing Andrew appearing to be crouching over an unidentified woman who is lying on the floor. I'm sure y'all have seen it. Richard Branson, ain't that an actor? And Epstein exchanged emails. Isn't Richard Branson an actor? The file show an email exchange from 2013 between Branson, the British billionaire and founder of the Virgin Group. Is that Virgin Voyages? And Epstein. In an email on September 11, 2013, Branson wrote to Epstein, "It was really nice seeing you yesterday. Anytime you're in the area, would love to see you, as long as you bring your harem." I'm about to shut this shit down. I'm about to shut this shit down. This is so disgusting. I don't even think we heard anything this disgusting with regard to Diddy. And that's not me taking up for Diddy. I'm just saying. A rep for Virgin Group. What is the Virgin Group? Do y'all know? Is it Virgin Airlines? Okay. Anytime you're in the area, would love to see you, as long as you bring your harem. A representative for the Virgin Group told the New York Times that Branson had sent the email shortly after hosting Epstein at a group business meeting on the private island Branson owns in the Virgin Islands. The spokesperson said that Epstein arrived at the meeting with 3 adult women, whom he referred to as his harem, who did not attend the meeting. Any contact Richard and Joan Branson had with Epstein took place on only a few occasions more than 12 years ago and was limited. Everybody's like, oh yeah, nothing happening with us. That was a long time ago, child. Just forget all about it. Why would you be dealing with him after he was already convicted of what he was convicted of? These people are disgusting. This is disgusting. 7, files show emails between head of LA Olympics Committee and Ghislaine. Emails from 2003 between Casey Wasserman, Head of the Los Angeles Olympics Organizing Committee in Ghislaine, who is serving a 20-year prison sentence for trafficking, appeared in the files. The exchange included a message from Wasserman telling Maxwell, "I think of you all the time." All right, I've had enough. I can't do it. This is enough. They all sound ABCD, child. And while I don't have a problem with the ABCDism of it all, child, you going to sit up here and just be doing any old thing and then be trying to claim innocence? This is disgusting. This is beyond disgusting. Now, I know you hoes is hoes, right? I know y'all are hoes. But child, we talking about the kids now. Now, this sounds like it's some grooming shit, and it looks like they was all messing around with each other. That's what it sounded like to me. True Backdooria stuff. Shout out to Corey Holcomb. True Backdooria stuff. That's what it sounded like. This sounds crazy. Child, what is wrong with these people? I've had enough. I'm done. I can't do it. I gotta find some more shit for y'all for tomorrow. This is it. I'm not grasping at straws because then I'm gonna get myself in trouble reporting on this shit. Now we will continue to discuss it, but I don't need these details. I don't. Like I said, as soon as the low master shows up, we are out. Ain't no calling him up. Ain't no hanging out with him. Ain't no sitting on his lap. Ain't no giving him a hug. Ain't no giving him no sugar. Y'all know that. No, fuck you. No, fuck you. Anyway, I'm good. I'm going to bed. Damn, it's almost 10 o'clock. Time flies when you're having fun. Shout out to y'all, though. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this long on a Monday night. We'll be back tomorrow, maybe probably a little. No, I got to go in the office a little bit earlier, though. A little bit earlier because I can't be not going to bed now. Anyway. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everyone that donated today. I appreciate you. Shout out to all of y'all for hanging in there. Shout out to all the channel members, all the mods. I appreciate your support and your help. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. I see you all in the next one.